Well, that says on now. So who wants to do a recap what happened when we played last week?
We grabbed Zorgar.
Yeah.
He grabs Zorgar. Yeah.
By the ankles. And disappeared onto a roof.
Yeah.
And then Rurik and Aaron bolted. They were dressed up like some civilians and then ran. And then Rurik made a big smoke cloud. It was all very dramatic and a bit funny. And yeah.
I believe Muir also smashed a vial of poison on Valisar's head.
Yeah. There was a fly, and then she got caught. So panically just smashed it in his face, but missed. But and then back rolled into another dimension to get out the carriage. And then slept under the carriage. Ta-da!
Then the Zorgar things happened.
And then, yeah.
And after Naren and Rurik, well, Naren carrying Rurik, escaped the foggy crowd, turned into mist and are on our way to the... after also regrouping with Zorgar, Naren and Zorgar and Muir are going to they're going to one of the hideouts in the city. The cobblers. And then the rest of the group, including maybe yes, maybe not, including the 3 spies, are going to the palace, and trying to retrieve some equipment.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much where we ended up, I think. So, hang on, I'm just getting I'm ready. So yeah, so you guys are in. We will pick up in the cobblers, not the cobblers, in the textile shop that you were all hiding out in. So Rick, is your fog cloud still up in the crowd outside?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Can you give us a perception check?
Sure. One sec. Let me get my character. Rick. And do a little perception check. Just a regular one. Ooh, there we go. A 22.
22. Okay. So I mean, what are you guys doing when you immediately, as you all reconvene in the cobblers in the textile shop?
I think we had like a quick plan of figuring out who was going into the temple, not a temple, the palace. Is that what you call it?
It is usually referred to as palace. Yeah.
Yes, sorry, the palace. And then Zorgar, Naren, and Muir were off. They're going to go to the cobblers. So, sometime planning, but also starting the misting process.
Sure. Okay. So as you start misting, Rick, you're kind of keeping a bearing on your surroundings. You can all hear kind of general sound of panic, tumult from outside. Some people going, "Oh, the dwarf!" And generally lots of yelling and screaming, lots of the sound of sort of stampeding people basically. And Rick, you can kind of, as you are misting, you kind of catch a glimpse out of the window and you see someone, just a regular citizen, kind of emerge from the fog cloud. They're carrying some kind of other citizen, except they look to be quite unconscious or possibly worse. They're kind of being dragged along out of the fog and out of the kind of where the crowd was. You can kind of sort of, as you kind of you cast the spell, so I suppose you can kind of sort of see through it, but leave it a bit better than everyone else. You can see kind of as throughout the fog, there's movement of people running to and fro, but you can also see kind of low lying. There are some kind of numbers of like kind of unconscious-looking people that you can see within the crowd or the remnants of it. If that's what you know, that's what you see. So, remind me who's going where?
Everyone's going to the palace apart from the two Dragonborn and Muir, I think is what was going on.
Sure. Okay. So, can everyone who's going to the palace then give us a stealth check first? You know where the palace is, but there's a lot of stuff going on.
Any advantage from being misted?
I'm factoring that into the difficulty.
Okay. Okay. 13.
Sure. Okay. So you guys slip under the door, kind of messed up, head off through the, out under the door and over the crowd and towards the palace in the distance. You can see as you start heading in that direction, one of the carriages that the king and all his retinue arrived in is kind of trundling slowly through the crowd. And you can see looks to have been quite a lot of chaos has been caused in the plaza. Looks like there's been some kind of like crowd crush or stampede or something. There's some people in there not looking very healthy that you can see kind of from above. The fog is starting to kind of disperse somewhat just from the being buffeted by all these people running around. It's kind of starting to spread out in a way. And you start heading off towards the palace. But let's see, so Raffen got a 1. It's not brilliant. So as you start heading off towards the palace, it's not going to take you very long to get there. You move pretty fast with wind. You can see this carriage kind of trundling slowly up the street. Well, with a bit of speed, but as much as they can really muster. The Calicar pulling it seem to be kind of spooked, but they're making their way back up towards the palace. You can see in and amongst the fog, some number of the bodyguards are kind of trying to like corral people and kind of calm everyone down and sort of get the situation under control. And they look as if they're heading towards the other carriage to return to the palace. But you speed off through the sky towards the palace, and as you kind of near, you can see there are still, you quickly outpace the carriage that is heading that way. As you get close to the palace, you can see along the walls there's archers and things like that, and you see two of them kind of like nudge each other and point up like directly at your kind of little group of cloud. They're armed with bows, but they're not doing anything with that right now. What do you guys do?
So, okay. Were we given directions by anyone, like by Zorgar or by anyone in the group, of where potential things would be, where things would be hidden?
If anyone would have given you directions, they could pipe up. But also,
Did we not say that Zorgar was going to give? I remember talking about giving directions last week.
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, I think Zorgar had kind of described what he remembered of how to get where he was.
Mm-hmm. So that was including Zorgar's dad.
Yes.
And
it'd be nice to have him back.
Yes, that would be good. Maybe what details did Zorgar able to give of like when he was separated from his equipment or the shield, I guess?
Probably fairly accurate information. He'd have probably been able to give us. Did we roll anything last week, Finn? Do you remember?
I don't think we did.
Do you want to just roll a d20 and see, like roughly how good a job you do?
Isn't all the stuff separated from Zorgar though at the same time as everyone else?
Oh, I rolled 2 by accident.
It's alright. I can see that they were a 10 and 11. So you do a perfectly average job. So Zorgar communicates fairly clearly, where he was and the kind of turns that he took. But he's like, I don't really remember what happened here. It was kind of unclear. And then I was blindfolded at this bit. And like all of his directions are relative to the throne room. So like he can give you kind of a route from the throne room to get to the kind of prison block that he was in. But that's kind of as much useful information as you get out of it, if that makes sense.
Okay. I just need to also just remind myself, what are the things we're trying to collect. So I know for Rurak there's the sphere and his backpack and stuff. There's the shield of Belarius, Zorgar's equipment, his backpack, and is there a backpack
Pretty much
holding in
just
here?
like
Is there?
all my shit is there.
Okay. How about anyone else's in the group's equipment? Who else had their equipment taken and is in the palace?
I don't know where mine is, but my staff was taken.
So your staff is you think it's in the palace?
I thought it was with everyone else's stuff when we surrendered, because that's when it took.
Sorry, do we know where it is? Does any
I thought I'm pretty sure it's with the other army, I think. Don't take my word on that, but I'm 90% sure that's where it went.
I think only my stuff is with the army. Everybody else's stuff is with
No,
the
the-
Belarius,
Yeah, the other army, I meant.
Yeah, it's with the army who disarmed us.
Yes. So everyone's weapon
So-
should be with that army, and all the other stuff should be at the palace.
I'm confused which army we're talking about because we have two
Evil
armies on our
army.
side. Evil army. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the evil
Evil
army
army
who
that
confronted us,
still
we surrendered to.
Okay.
They have all our weapons. The castle will only have our armor and stuff.
They also
Okay.
have Zorgar's super gauntlet because
Yeah,
they
that's
couldn't get a manacle on him with the super gauntlet on.
So the evil army has the super gauntlet.
Yeah.
So the things that we're looking for in the palace are everyone's armor, backpacks, the shield of Belarius, the spear of storms, and Zorgar's dad. Is that right? Does anyone else have anything?
Yeah, those are all the items. Yeah.
I'm sorry. All of the objectives, all the collectibles.
Takes one inventory slot. Zorgar's dead.
Zorgar's dad. Is that everything?
I think so.
Okay. Right, so we really should have planned this before we went going. Who is going to go for what? Is what's next. So, Fraffin, what stuff would you be able to go for? Do you think?
My stuff will be with. I think my stuff's just with the army. If they've got the staff, then they must have all the rest of my gear, I would have thought.
So maybe you'd be able to focus on the Shield of Belarius and try and find that.
You can simplify this a lot and assume that all the
Or
stuff
Zorgar's
is together and just split into two teams. One dad team and one gear team.
Yeah, and I would
Team
say
Dad.
that the
Okay.
characters that have teleportation stuff and magic should be going to find the dad.
Okay. So, I mean, who has teleportation stuff? Rurek has an emergency get out teleportation, which would take us back to Meriden. So that's not ideal. Fraffin's teleportation requires a tree.
Yeah,
And-
I could also turn into something and whisk him away quite readily, though.
Yes, it's not ideal though, because he's in a prison underground and in a palace surrounded by archers. So it's not. Ideally, we'd want, to be able to just get him out, without trouble. But we'll have to see what we have. So
Maybe-
who? Sorry, go on.
I was about to say, maybe you gather all the stuff and emergency teleport as a way of getting out of the palace, and then we just meet up via tree the next day.
Oh yeah, to be fair, go back to Meriden. You're right. We can just tree back to the scale.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe the dad's maybe the last objective, you get all the stuff, you find a way into the cell, and then just teleport out of there and be done with it, and we can work our way up to meet up later.
Okay, hopefully that works. Yeah. Okay then. So, right. We have directions. Do we have fairly clear directions to Zorgar's dad from the throne room, Jake?
Yeah, fairly clear. Yeah. There's
Okay.
a couple of like gray patches, but you're confident
Yeah.
you can probably figure it out.
Okay. So then, with that known, I would say that the biggest unknown is the location of all of our equipment. It may be in the same place, it may be spread out. So I would suggest that we all try and find it, and then, like, really quickly meet back up in the throne room, go to Zorgar's dad, and then we all teleport to Meriden. How does that sound to everyone? Cool. So who is in this party? There's Rurak, Krafen, and the three sneakies. Is that right? Okay. Right. Cool. So then let's do. Rurak's gonna look for the Sphere of Storms. Krafen's gonna look for Shield of Belarius, and the other three can. One person can accompany Rurak, one person can accompany Krafen, and one person can be a floater? Be between? I don't know. You know, general helping? I don't know. Cool. Okay. How does that sound then?
The shield is kept somewhere different from the rest of the weapons. Is that what you reckon?
We have no idea. It could be in the same place, it could be in a different place. So, ideally, it's all in the same little room, and it's very easy to find, and we have it all straight away.
Yep.
But that is, like, the best scenario. We need to plan for the worst scenario. So, the worst scenario is all spread out.
I would imagine everything expensive looking is probably gone in a vault somewhere.
That's a good point, yeah. So
the shield probably, and maybe your orb.
I think, yeah. Rurak would just like to check where he last saw the orb, just so he knows that that's been checked. Was there any direction from Zorgar of where the Shield of Belarius was taken from him?
I mean, Zorgar would be able to tell you as part of his directions, this is where they stripped all my stuff off of me, which would include the shield.
So where was that, Jake? Sorry.
It was like a little. It wasn't that far away from the actual cell he wound up in. It was like kind of like the room beforehand, and then he kind of went down a corridor, and then down some stairs, and then got thrown into a cell.
Okay. Similar situation to Rurak and Krafen.
Yeah.
And then, like,
when he describes it, you're like, okay, sure, it's basically the same as what happened to us.
Okay. Right. In that case, Krafen and his extra know where that is. Rurak and his extra know where Rurak's stuff was taken. We'll look there first, and we meet up in the throne room, in the Great Hall. What's the most central room, Jake?
The throne room is pretty central. It's certainly where Zorgar's the directions to Zorgar's dad start in the throne room. So, if you're going there last, that would be a fairly obvious. You'd have to go there to follow the directions anyways. Okay. So that would be kind of fairly obvious place to meet up, but it's also the throne room.
Yes.
And the king is probably coming home soon.
Yeah. Well, the idea is to be fast anyway, so. Yeah. We'll go check out our spots, meet up in the throne room, potentially do a last check for other things, or if we didn't find our stuff, and then we go to Zorgar's dad and we try and bail him out.
Sure. Okay. Okay. So are you just making a beeline for the throne room after this archer spots you?
Yeah. Yeah. Has anyone else got any better ideas? No. Right, let's just go for the throne room.
Sure, okay. So you guys just book it forwards, right? you see this archer kind of goes, and they point up, and you kind of zoom through the air. You arrive back kind of at the big kind of double doors that lead into the palace proper. You can see there is still quite a high guard presence here. There's still a lot of guards on the wall, and as you kind of float under the door, you can see there are still guards in and around here. And then kind of as you enter into the palace, you hear from outside, you hear this like kind of horn thing, and then all the guards that you can see inside who haven't noticed you yet kind of go, whoa, hang on, what's that? And they kind of like half throw their swords, and they start like, looks like they're looking for things. So where are you going first?
Rurak and his extra person are going to the place where Rurak's stuff and Raffin's stuff was taken.
Mm-hmm. So remember, you and Raffin's, your stuff wasn't taken in the same room, right? Like you kind of like split off. Does that make sense?
Right.
So Raffin knows where Rurak's cell is in relation to his, but Rurak maybe. I mean, you could probably kind of exchange that information. I think it's.
Why did our weapons end up somewhere else though? Then, if we went.
So the army that captured you guys took your weapons off you, so that you weren't, armed and dangerous, and then they manacled you and sent you off to the capital. But they didn't take any of the rest of your weapons off you.
Oh, okay.
So it's just your weapons are with them. All your other gear that you arrived at the palace with is presumably somewhere in the palace. Sure, okay, so... Who's going with Rurik?
I don't know. Just one out there, one of us.
Sure. And you guys are going to where Rurik got stripped off?
Yeah.
Sure. Can you give me either a survival or an investigation check to find your way there?
I'll go survival.
And can you give us a stealth check as well?
Oh dear.
Okay. So, are you sneaking through in wind form? Sure.
Yeah.
So these guards kind of like, hang on, what the heck? And they kind of, there's like two kind of, this corridor kind of continues down, and then it kind of branches off in different directions where you're going to have to split apart. There's two guards there, and they kind of like turn around, and they're like, hang on, what? There's a horn, and they start talking in Draconic. And they're like, Osric can speak Draconic, obviously, so you can kind of hear they're saying like, hang on, that was the alarm horn. What's going on with the, hang on, is there someone around or something? Has something gone wrong? I mean, of course, the Scalar's away. This is the perfect time for someone to strike. And they start kind of casting around. You guys sneak past. Osric kind of manages to sort of Rurak's a bit kind of slow. But Osric kind of manages to sort of speed you two along, and you kind of proceed down in the direction of Rurak's old cell. You manage to make it through safely enough. You find your way. You're like, okay, this is fairly straightforward. It's fairly easy. It's all my, I remember where we're going. You kind of arrive, you kind of squeeze under the door into the old holding cell that you're in, kind of cell block, and there is a guard there. You recognize him as your jailer, the one that you beat the snot out of, like, yesterday. And he kind of, like, turns around and he points at us and he goes... He kind of looks and then starts yelling something in Draconic, and it's like, he's probably yelling like, magic, wizard, magic, intruder, help, help! And then he kind of draws his sword and is moving to sort of... He seems kind of somewhat unsure about what to do, to be honest. So you've arrived in your cell block, but they definitely know you're here. You can hear footsteps kind of coming the other way that you just came down. And so Raffin, and who's going with Raffin?
I guess it's me.
Sure. And you guys are going to find the Shield of Belarius, is that right?
Yes.
Vis-a-vis Zorgar's old cell block. Or would you be looking somewhere else?
What, that was for Rurak suggested, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The old cell blocks. That's where I thought that was the plan. We go there first and then meet up at the thing.
Okay. Can both of you also give us a survival/investigation, whichever you prefer? Now, Finn, you were running Pearl last week. Do you want to keep running Pearl, or do you want me to do it? It's kind of up to you.
I don't mind it. I'll run it for now.
Sure.
Because Zorgar in about right now.
Okay.
Is it survival or investigation?
It's either, whichever you prefer.
Okay.
Is Pearl going with one group or other, Finn?
Where are the other spies going?
They've gone to Rurak's old cell, but these ones are the other group's going to Zorgar's old cell.
I'll take it. Pearl will go to Zorgar's cell since the others
Sure.
are going another way.
Okay, then can you also give us an investigation or survival check?
Yes, just give us a second.
You can have advantage because you work here. You know what's going on.
Nice. Where do spies go? Spies. They're spy folder. So you say investigation.
Or survival, whichever you prefer. I assume it's probably investigation because you're a rogue.
I have -1 to investigation.
Oh, maybe not then.
I'm gonna go survival.
Sure. Okay. So you guys start heading off in the direction. Can you also give us a stealth check, all of you?
Yes, I can. Do I get advantage?
No, not on this one.
I'm a spy.
Yeah,
Okay, didn't need the advantage.
sure. Okay. So you start heading off in the direction of Zorgar's old cell, following Zorgar's directions, loose as they are in places. That involves going straight to the throne room, and then kind of going from there. But you don't have to go all the way into the throne room because Pearl kind of knows the map of this place in her head. And you start heading through the corridors. As you kind of start moving, you hear shouts from the direction that Rurak and Osrak went in, and you hear a lot of guards going in that direction. So you kind of manage to slip past most of them, kind of hiding in the shadows and kind of drifting through. And you make your way to. Are you guys going straight to the cell Zorgar was in with his dad and stuff, or are you just going to the bit where his stuff was taken off him?
I guess we go
Whatever
to
comes
the
first, I guess.
Sure. Okay.
because they wouldn't put his stuff in the cell. I don't think.
No. Sure. So you kind of arrive at a room that matches the description Zorgar gave you. And Cameron, give us a perception check.
I need to read my character sheet. I've got
Make
stuff to do with.
perceive.
Oh, I think I've got stuff to do with insight, not perception, though.
Sure. Okay. So this is a fairly kind of ramshackle. Like it's not like it seems very much like a transitory room. Like it's kind of grubby. It's not very well swept. There's marks on the floor in the corner where they clearly like bucket prisoners down or whatever. And like there's like some kind of like powder on the walls. But you can see. I have to notice this first, and then probably you'll also be able to see this. Kind of strewn kind of fairly haphazardly in the corner. It's kind of behind a chair, so you don't notice it immediately at first, but you can see there is kind of an assortment of kind of shiny metal bits that look sort of conspicuously clean for a room this sort of shabby.
I think I have an eye for detail.
Yep.
So that when
What does
I
that
make
mean?
a perception check to spot a hidden creature or object, I can make an investigation check to uncover or decipher clues.
Sure. Okay. Give us an investigation
Ooh.
check. Then.
Find all the stuff.
Nice. Who? Oh, I'm rolling like shit.
12. So yeah, I mean, the most obvious thing you guys notice is there is no big, shiny, fancy shield here. The 12. Yeah, Banner, you notice you notice this kind of imprint against the wall where it looks like just in the kind of floor grime, and dust and things like that. But not really dust, but kind of just general sort of bliss that is in this room. You notice there's a kind of two marks, kind of one on the floor and one kind of resting against the wall that looks like it kind of match up with like one of those kind of fancy like cartoon shields. If you're resting that against the wall, you can imagine it would make a mark like this. And you can also see a footstep that is kind of imprinted in the dirt, and it looks like it's, if this footstep belongs to someone who's picking up the shield and taking it somewhere, they're going back the way you came. Presumably deeper into the palace somewhere.
Are we gonna Scooby-Doo this, or are we going to find Zorgar's dad?
I think we should find Zorgar's dad.
Yes.
But we're finding him first and then going to look for the shield after?
I thought we were doing the shield first, and then we're all going to look.
The shield has got...
It's gone,
Someone's picked it up and gone further into the castle. The other way we came.
Ah.
Maybe we should find the shield first then, because we know where Zorgar's dad is. Don't know where the shield is, so it'll probably take us longer to find that.
Alrighty.
But maybe
we might find him on the way to get the shield.
Do we? Are we like on a time limit here?
That's up to you guys.
Are we trying to do this like as fast as we can? Yeah.
I mean, I would say there is a time limit, but I think it also relies on the other group and what they're doing. So I think just following the shield first and then backing up. If it ends up being like too highly guarded, or it's like too much of a thing, then we can bail.
Yeah.
Sure. So meanwhile, well, actually, let's meanwhile to Muir and Naren and Zorgar. What are you guys doing? Everyone else clouds up and fucks off, and you're just left alone in this textile shop.
Well,
You can hear there's like some kind of
Zorgar
panicky ruckus outside.
Yes.
Zorgar can't cloud, right? So it looks like we're walking. Is there a back door to this textiles? Or a back window?
There's definitely some kind of back exit, yeah.
Cool. Let's go out that way.
Wait. Let's see if we can find Zorgar some clothes that don't yell, "I'm a prisoner." Maybe a nice
Can I
t-shirt
give
or
him-
something.
Oh, we're in a textile shop. We fashioned a cloak for me.
I want a cloak.
Make him a cloak.
Do I have any skills in?
We'll pick out the prettiest textile and give it
nice,
to Zorgar as a
Sure,
cloak.
yeah. There's a nice there's a very, very soft, luxurious bolt of pink silk.
Little bit too. Okay, maybe something more subtle.
More subtle.
That's very like, I am escaping.
There's a sort of
Subtle but comfortable.
subtle but comfortable. Yeah, there's a kind of
Preferably a darker color.
you see a kind of there's a sort of a mustard yellow that you feel like would match quite nicely with Zorgar's scales. They'd kind of just sort of frame his face nicely if they were done in the right way. And there's some fairly rough, just like black fabric.
Not
Let's go
black.
with
The black seems better.
No, black yells. Don't look at me. I'm trying to escape. I'm a sneaky snake who wears black. Black means
But we
trouble.
also don't want
Exactly,
the
be
lovely
weird. Do
yellow
not fuck with me.
textile that accentuates his face.
Or does it wash him out? Because he's kind of yellow. It's yellow.
We're spending too long picking out Zorgar's style. Both. We picked both.
Zorgar is here. Zorgar says black.
Zorgar is making a mistake, but okay, whatever.
Sure. Yeah, so Zorgar is able to
mental trauma.
cover up with some black cloth. It's fairly nice. It's all right. Kind of it's a bit thin, you know. Cheap stuff it seems, but yeah. You're able to kind of obfuscate yourself.
Right out the back.
Exit.
Wait, can I cast alter? Question. Can you cast a lower level spell with a higher level spell slot?
Yes, that's fine.
Fantastic, because I'm out of second level spells. I'd like to cast alter self and make myself look like the most boring dragonborn ever.
Sure. Okay.
What's the most basic color? What is the what's the
Kind of
basic hue for basic
kind
dragonborn?
of brassy, bronzy red kind of stuff.
Okay.
Usually one of them.
And I'm quite short, so I guess I'm a teenage dragonborn.
Sure, okay.
Just hanging out. Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of become a fairly inoffensive, brass, mid-sized dragonborn. There's a kind of a somewhat rickety window here that leads into some kind of alley, it looks like. It looks like it's kind of been painted shut, but could maybe be forced open.
Force it open.
Go for it. Give us an athletics.
For
Do you
once,
think-
trying not to break it. Oh yeah, I have a hotkey for this now. Oh yeah.
Breaking windows?
Yeah. Oh, can I add that to my bar?
Oh, probably. 17. Yeah, sure. You, Naren kind of. It's been a long day. It's only lunchtime. You haven't been able to, get your morning lifts in or whatever Naren does, and you kind of, you wrap it, you like grip this window,
I
and
have
you
to
just
carry a particularly heavy dwarf.
and you kind of shift out. It kind of sticks halfway, but it'll be enough for you to be able to squeeze through.
Squeeze through we go. I mean,
Sure.
check first, but then.
Stick the head out, old Scooby-Doo style, look both ways.
Yeah, it seems like
Dive
doesn't
out.
seem to be anything. First glance, there doesn't seem to be anything happening. You kind of go right, left, right, and then you go right again. You can hear the sound of a door opening, and someone kind of emerges from some shop further along the street and kind of dumps out like a dustbin, basically, of like it looks like wood waste.
Or maybe wait until they go back in after
Yeah.
dumping whatever that
They
is.
kind of go. And kind of head back inside. And it looks like the coast is clear.
Where we go?
Sure. You guys file out into the alley. You can hear the sound of panic has kind of died down somewhat from the plaza, maybe just because there's a big building in your way. It doesn't sound like there's as much going on over there. It certainly sounded fairly fraught before that. So where are you heading?
To the other hideout?
Sure.
To the cobblers.
Okie dokie. So it will be a skill challenge, but we'll cut back to the spies first and see what's going on with them. So in Rurak's cell, or in Rurak's block, I was reckon Rurak, you were in there. The guard is kind of shouting frantically. He's drawn his sword. He's kind of pointing it at this formless cloud by the door. What are you guys doing?
I think Rurak just wants to look for his stuff.
Sure.
Just trying to find it.
Sure. Give us a perception or investigation check.
Oh no. It's an 8.
An 8.
Yeah.
You can see your shield in the corner, but you can't see anything else.
Okay. Can
Did you think
as
it's your
wind?
You see a shield that looks similar, but it's like lying face down, so you can't see what's on the front of it.
As wind, can I pick it up?
Not so much.
No. Okay. How much fighting ability do we have as wind?
Basically none.
Basically none. Okay. Is there a lantern, something burning, keeping the light on?
Yeah, there's a lantern on the wall.
Is there any way I can use my wind body to smash into it and have it go onto the guard?
Give it
Set 'em on
you
fire
can
in
certainly
some way.
try. You're not sure. You're a kind of you're a practical craftsman. You're not sure if it has like enough. Looks like it's like a candle one in it, so it doesn't have like it's not like an oil lamp or anything. So you're not sure if it'll set him on fire, but it'll certainly spook him if you can make it work. So give us a. I don't even know. I don't know. Start with a d20. See what happens.
Start with d20. See. Okay. No. It's rolling a 3. So.
Sure. Okay. So you kind of spot this candle, lantern in the corner, and you kind of this guy has his sword out, and you kind of zoom over to it, and you don't succeed in knocking it onto him. You just kind of zoom forward and kind of just there's like a little gap in the little door, and you kind of push into it, and the candle goes out. So the room is now quite dark. He's kind of like he starts shouting. Osric, you can hear he starts shouting, "Ghost! Ghost! Ghost!" So what are you doing, Osric?
I'll probably follow. I take it you went like through the crack into a different location.
Just he just went into a lantern and kind of out the other side. So Rurik's still in the room.
Alright, so
There's just this guard kind of, and you can hear
Was
footsteps
this like-
coming down the corridor the way you came.
is this a cell or is this like a bunch of cells?
It's like a block. There's a bunch of cells in here. You can see like 5 or 6 at least.
So is it a dead end?
Yeah. There's kind of there's a kind of gap in the masonry, like a barred gap, like a kind of a air vent in the corner. You can see sunlight filters in through that. That's the only other point of exit.
We don't think the stuff we were looking for is here.
I mean, give us a perception or investigation check. Investigation. You can see you see a shield in the corner. You're pretty sure it's got a like the way it's like lying face down, as if it's kind of just like falling over and no one's bothered to pick it up. You can see it definitely has this embossed kind of image on the front of it. It looks like it's kind of difficult to tell from your perspective. It looks like it may be some kind of like animal, like a dragon or something, on it. And you can also see just on a table in here, you can see as kind of a stone. It's sort of or a figurine of a silver raven just kind of lying there.
In the briefing that the spies were given, are either of those two objects seeming like they're what we're looking for?
Well, you know, Rurik's missing a shield, and you know that. Well, I mean. So Rurik would know that he's missing Korvaki's stone that turns Korvaki into being. I don't know if he would have communicated that to everyone. But you can definitely, you know that this dwarf has some friggin' raven imagery kind of all around him, and there's a big silver raven on the table, and you're like, this probably belongs to him. If it doesn't belong to him, it's quite nice.
He would probably kind of wait for Rurik's lead.
Sure.
If Rurik runs away, then he'd probably follow.
Okay. Sure. So, kind of a round goes by. This guy's kind of like he can't really see where you guys are right now, because you're semi-difficult to see his wind anyway. But he's kind of like lashing like kind of wildly, and just kind of yelling for help. You can hear footsteps kind of coming down the corridor. It looks like they're going to be here. Whoever they belong to, they're probably going to arrive in the next like 5-10 seconds. So you've another round if you want to do anything, Rurik or Osric.
I don't think there's anything that can be done, really. Not as wind, so... I guess just bail through that little crack
Sure.
in the,
Okay.
those little barred exit.
Azrek, you're just following Rurek's lead, yeah? Sure. So you guys kind of vamos out the little grate that Rurek vamosed out just yesterday. And meanwhile, Shield Squad, what are you guys up to?
We're following the tracks.
Sure. Give us another investigation or survival. This one's probably just Banner though.
I actually didn't realize, but I can get advantage on my perception or investigation check if I don't move more than half my speed on a turn.
Okay, so if you're taking, you can take a kind of a slower pace. That'll absolutely be fine. Sure. 26. Okay, so basically, based on everything you know, kind of, from the way Pearl's been talking about, like, the palace map and stuff, or, like, the bits of the palace, you maybe have seen, like scribbled, like, back of the napkin, like, maps of kind of where stuff is, and based on what you know about this shield thing, some big fancy religious artifact or whatever, you're like, that's probably going to be in the vault, and you know roughly where the vault is. That certainly seems to match with the direction the footprint went in. So that's kind of the first logical connection your mind would probably make, is that it's in the vault. And you're able to start heading towards the vault if you wish. You know kind of roughly where it is, and kind of following the tracks for a wee bit. You're like, yeah, this is definitely heading in vault's direction. It's kind of on like a lower level of the palace, but it's quite deep in. So if you kind of get sort of boxed in, then there's not really anywhere to go down there as far as you understand.
Okay. Well, I guess at least Banner will start heading down.
Yeah, everyone was held down.
Yeah.
Head down, even.
Sure, okay. Can you all give us a stealth check as well?
27.
27. 26.
26.
18. Sure.
We're a stealthy bunch.
Indeed. Sure, so you guys start kind of heading, you kind of follow back, and head down towards the vault. You don't encounter any, you don't bump into any guards on your way down there. But as you kind of head deeper into the palace and down into the lower level, to the direction of the vault, you kind of round a corner and you can see, kind of set against the wall, there's this large door. It's got the flag of scale on it, which is like a kind of a kite shape, and 9 orbs, and it has that kind of embossed into the kind of metal door to the vault. But you can see where the 9 orbs on the flag are. There are 9 keyholes on this one, and one in the center. You can see there were 2 guards kind of posted outside the vault doors. They don't look like they're, they don't spot you just yet. They're just kind of sitting there, one of them's whistling, kind of minding their own business. What are you guys gonna do?
No clue.
How many guards were there? 2?
Just 2.
And what does the vault? They're outside the vault, I take it.
Yeah.
And it's what kind of doors it got?
It's a big metal door, and it has, you can see 10 keyholes on it.
Do we see any keys on their belts or anything?
You see some keys on their belt, but you're like, those keys that they have don't match the kind of keyholes on that door, if that makes sense.
Right.
I mean, I could turn into something wee and go through a keyhole, but I don't know if that would necessarily mean that we could open it from the inside.
Didn't we miss through the keyhole?
Yeah.
I mean, we're missed. We can just pass through it, right?
Can we do that?
You can try it.
The problem is the guards, and then also getting anything out of
Yeah.
the vault.
Unless we had a bag of holding with us, because I take it that turns into mist when we're mist, so
Yeah.
we mist in.
If you're carrying things, it should mist with you. It depends how
Mm.
much it is, basically.
Okay.
Wonder if we could.
Would it be possible to sneak past the guards and mist through the door, or is it?
What about one of those zone of truthy type things? Not that zone of truth, but I'm sure I've got a spell somewhere that you can suggestion or something like that.
Yeah, you can try some kind of spell. In order to cast a spell, you have to turn back out a wind form so that you can actually like whisper or make some movements or whatever. But you could definitely try something like that.
Would Carol know where the keys might be? From what we know?
So I mean, give us a history check.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be a no.
Yeah, no, you've been trying to figure this out while you were here. Like chatting to other people like who work in the palace, trying to figure out like, oh hey, what's in the vault? Like, who has the keys and stuff? Just kidding.
So someone should try and find out.
Yeah, and you kind of you're not really entirely sure because you've heard very conflicting answers.
Yeah.
Some people have said like, oh, the king has the key, and it's about you gotta open all the locks in the right order, and only the king knows the order in which to open the locks, and if you don't open them in the right order, then you die, and stuff. A lot of people are like. All the claws, they've all got the keys, and you need all 10 of them to open the with all the keys at the same time, and that's the only way the vault opens. And other people are like,
That's just inefficient.
yeah, no one seems to know. Basically, everyone has their own idea, but no one really actually knows.
I've heard several stories of where
Yeah.
keys could be,
Yeah.
but I don't know which one is true.
Yeah. Certainly, from a logical point of view, it certainly makes sense to Pearl that like the king would have
Yeah.
a key or
that
the
makes the
key.
most sense.
Uh,
Yeah, at least one.
Yeah.
Or a set.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah, I think maybe trying to mist through is the best option we've got.
Is there torches in here? Like,
Yeah, there's a torch over the door to the vault.
we could try and put that out and just.
Distract it. Yeah, and then just use that as a distraction and we'll sneak past.
Yeah, like.
Mhm.
So instead of all three of us going at once, it's just one person that goes in and messes with the torch.
Sure, so who's gonna go and mess with the torch?
I could do that.
I feel like it should be one of the super stealths.
Yeah, I think it should be either me or Dan.
Oogly doogly.
What's your bonus to stealth? Then?
I got plus 12 to
So do
stealth.
I. So do I. Do you want to do it or should I do it?
I don't mind. Right, I'm.
Okay. I'm gonna float on
Yeah,
forward.
you go.
Sure. All right, give us a stealth check.
Oh, I got 20.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
I made a little
I am
noise
the-
too.
Did make a
I
little
am
noise.
the
Trumpets.
Well,
stealthiest cloud
It's
you've
making
ever seen.
the noise now on my
Never
computer.
seen.
That sounds like it.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, Banna, you're like, well, just go put the torch, spook him. You kind of zoom up. You kind of float up to the ceiling. You sort of realize if you kind of like hug the ceiling, you it feels quite weird. You have to kind of like press yourself up against the ceiling, but it totally spreads you out. And it's kind of people never look up, and you kind of go along the top, and you kind of zoom down. And you kind of wrap yourself. You kind of like wrap your leg and your arm around the torch, and it kind of goes sputters out, and then you hear the guards go What was that? It's the ghost. It's the ghost of the. It's the ghost. It's the ghost.
And I'm gonna try and slip into the door.
Sure. I mean, with a 32, I think we can roll that in as the one thing. So you kind of edge down, and enter through one of the locks. About halfway through the lock, you're pretty sure you feel a kind of resistance. Like something's kind of. You feel like yourself kind of starting to turn back into.
Oh no!
Dragonborn.
Oh no, not in the middle of the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna back out of that shit.
Sure. Give us a perception check then.
Perception. Hold on. Can I do it with advantage?
Not this one, because it's quite hard. 17. Sure. So you get kind of like, you get the sensation about halfway through, and you're able to kind of go, and kind of stretch forward a wee bit before you go. Oh no, I gotta go back. And as you kind of stretch forward enough to sort of see, you get kind of the keyhole kind of goes like, you get a bit of a window. You can see there's all sorts of mad shit in here. There's like, all hundreds of coins. It's all glittering. Loads of chests up the back. You can see. You can see an orb in here. You're not sure what the deal with the orb is. There's like, you guys were here looking for an orb. You don't know if it's that orb or a different orb. It's looking kind of weird, like the orb that you guys are here for. That was described as having like storms on it and stuff. This orb is just kind of gray. It might just be. It looks like it's maybe even just like a orb of just like rock, like random, just like normal rock that's been like quite nicely polished. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. But yeah, you can see there's all sorts of mad things in there. You can't see the shield, but you also can't see enough of the vault to know that the shield's definitely not in there. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Then you kind of feel like you're getting squeezed like a tube of toothpaste.
I'll back out of the lock.
Sure. Okay. So meanwhile, Zarin and Zorgar and Muir, you're all trying to make it back to the cobblers. So it's going to be a skill challenge to make it back there. Let me see here. So it's going to be, we did an 18. You need to get 3 successes before 3 failures. So who is going to try and help you guys along to the cobblers first?
Can Muir use investigation to find the best and sneakiest path forwards?
Go for it.
Can you go for it? Because I can't use faster.
Yes, I can do that. Yeah. Weird. Investigation. 22. Yep, that'll do it.
Nelly.
So yeah, Muir, you've seen the map. You know vaguely where you are. You're like, yeah, okay. And there's all that big mad clatter, so we definitely don't want to go up the big road to the palace. We don't want to cross anywhere around that. If we go kind of anti-clockwise from here, that's like the last direction they're expecting us to go, and should probably be the safest. And then you start thinking about like in terms of like population flow, in terms of like oil spreading, and you're like, yeah, okay, I think this is big. And you kind of start leading everyone off in that direction. And you continue on, and you don't seem to find any particular resistance. There's still people out and about. These people don't seem to be panicked, or they don't seem to really be clued in on what's happened elsewhere in the city. So who's gonna help next?
Can Naren use athletics to help carry his injured brother as quickly as possible down
Not injured.
these streets?
Emotionally
Spent days
injured.
getting
Zorgar.
tortured. Shut up.
I'm not injured. I healed myself.
Spiritually injured,
Well, I'll give you athletics with disadvantage because that may attract some kind of attention. Especially if Zorgar's going. I'm not dead yet. I've got better. Or another skill if you got another skill.
Sure. I'll use survival, I guess, to try and remember the way back.
All right, go for it.
That wasn't a good nose.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So well, as a combination of mere kind of visualizing the map in her head and going, "Hey, we should go this way," and Naren going, "The cobbler's just here, so we gotta go around here, but there's an alley here that we can go in." You guys are able to make your way back safely enough through the city streets without any incident. So you pass your skill challenge, but if Zorgar wants to contribute anything, then go for it.
I don't know what I can do.
Any skill you're proficient in that might be contributory to getting to a place you don't understand where it is.
Yeah. None of the things I'm good at.
I suppose you only had
helpful.
Yeah.
Got intimidation. I can't intimidate my way to a place.
Every skill challenge for Naren is just, how can I apply strength to this?
Yeah, that's what it is for Zorgar.
What can
as
I
well.
carry?
Can I run there?
I mean, I'll give you athletics with disadvantage, because it will attract. I mean, you'll make it there either way, so go for it. Yep. Yeah. So you guys, you managed to hustle, and you make it back to the cobblers without being spotted. You feel. That does take probably 10 or 15 minutes. So if we cut back to the palace, and kind of move that timeline up to parity. So Rurak and Ozrak, you are in the kind of escape out of the prison block you're in. What is your plan?
Just quickly, we're in like the middle of the courtyard. Is that right? You're
kind of at one kind of edge of the. You can see the main palace building. Is kind of just over there. You've kind of gone through some like underground wee bit and come up in another building out here. So there's a stretch of courtyard between you and the main palace. And you can also see trundling up the road a glass carriage pulled by a Calicar that's moving at a fair clip back towards the palace. The kind that Balasar and Zorgar arrived in.
I was going to ask if we saw that and maybe any guesstimate of how long till that will be here.
30 seconds, a minute.
Okay. I think speeding across like Star Wars land speeder, just like across the very 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 close to the ground. And then finding like the same entrance we took into the throne room before, or the same an open window maybe if there's one that's closer.
Yeah. So you're just heading back to the throne room.
Back to the throne room, and then I think maybe starting to make our way to Zorgar's dad's cell.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Give us a. I mean, you know how to get there. Just give us a stealth check to see if you're spotted or not. Both of you.
Is there anything that we can do to make the stealth go better? I don't know. Maybe now. Sorry, what's your character's name again? Ozrak. Maybe Ozrak would be better at taking the lead if Rek can follow. I don't know if it's any better. Maybe it just means that you can spot guards before Rek would spot them. Yeah. Okay. I'll still make a stealth check. Oh, that's not good. It's 9.
I mean, my 30 should bring it up, surely.
Yeah, I think I'll give you a pass on the 30. Sure.
30, Jesus.
So you guys, Rek, you follow Osrak's lead. Osrak, you go down along the ground, and you kind of head up the steps and into the building. You can kind of see that there are a lot of soldiers like running around, somewhat like headless chickens, not really sure what to do. They're like, oh god, the king's just come back super early. The house is a mess. There's people who've just come in, we think, and then so they're all kind of freaking out. Yeah, and then the chaos, you're able to slink in, and you're able to make it back to the throne room. So the throne room is a big, like, wide building. It's got like pillars at the side. So there's lots of like shadowy bits to hide in. Where are you guys just going to stay in the middle, or are you going to split up, or where are you going to try and hide, if indeed you're hiding?
So we don't know that the other group are in the vault. I think we did kind of say that we would meet up in the throne room and then go to the cell. So if there's a hiding spot closest to the route, we'd need to take to the cell.
Sure.
Maybe hang out there.
Yeah, okay.
I think if it gets to a point where either the other group shows up or enough guard presence shows up, then we have to just go to the cell directly.
Okay. Sure, no worries. So you find a nice kind of shady spot to hide, where you should be fairly out of view. What are Vault Squad up to? Banner, you kind of re-emerge from the lock. You can see that the guards are kind of looking at one another, and then one of them tries to give the other like a leg up to grab the torch down.
Did it feel like a magical thing when you got stuck halfway through?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing that was in the cells, where it's just like there's an anti-magic thing there.
Right.
I'll probably try and make my way back past them to the group.
Sure. Yeah, you're able to kind of reconvene with them. The guards seem pretty preoccupied with getting the. They're like, there was a chill. Did you feel the chill? It's the ghost. The stories are true. Wait.
Hey, maybe we could scare them then.
Put them into giving us the keys.
Yeah.
But yeah,
or just clunk their heads together and I don't know.
You guys see that Banner kind of emerges from the lock and integrates back with your little cloud gestalt you have going on. But obviously you can't talk as clouds.
No, we can't talk. I don't think we should do anything until we've regrouped as a whole group, so I'm gonna try and signal a no sort of thing.
So, I mean, because if we know it's not going anywhere if it's in the vault, so if we meet up with them and go and find Zorgar's daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we can go down vault afterwards. Mob-handed, like.
Yeah, let's go do that first then.
Sure.
Back to the throne room.
Okay. Give us a stealth check, all of you.
Stealth is my middle name.
I thought it was Susan.
Susan's Stealth. Whatever my surname is.
Jake's middle name's Danger. Do you know that?
He did actually, so was that?
Right, okay, well, 231s are probably going to be good enough to shore up anything Rapid might miss. So yeah, you guys are able to kind of head back. You see, as you're kind of heading into the throne room, you see a kind of procession of people coming down the hall towards the throne room. They don't notice you. But you see the king, and you see 3 of the claws with him, and they look somewhat worried. You can all see... well, you 3 can certainly see this, but as you reconvene in the throne room and these figures enter into the room as well, they don't notice you, but they're having a conversation that you can hear. You can all also notice that Balasar's right eye has gone all white, and they're like the scales above his face are look kind of like pockmarked, and as if something has happened in the past like 12 hours. And the three of them, so he's with the Red Knight, the Green Knight, and the Golden Knight, and they all kind of enter in. And Balanzar says, I want the curfew active now. Get every guard in this city out looking for them. No one in or out. Kill them on sight. I don't care how many it takes. And one of them says, yes, sir. See to it that we have the garrison bolstered from the rock, and get the Dragon Knights out too. Anyone so much as looks like they might be them, put them to the sword. And speaking of Dragon Knights, I think Sir Cleric has overstayed his welcome. And they kind of turn, and they head off in the direction of Zorgar's cell.
Time to go. Time to go. Go into the cell and try and save Zorgar's dad, right?
Noom.
Yeah.
10 times faster than anyone else.
Yeah.
Noom.
Zoom, zoom.
Sure.
Cloud new.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you trying to get there stealthily, or are you just trying to get there, like, fast?
Stealth, like, can we stealthily, like, in the throne room, stealth out of the throne room, and then book it as soon as we're on the other side of the door?
Yeah, probably, yeah. Okay. So I know you're not proceeding stealthily then after the throne room, but can you all make us a stealth check just to see if anyone spots you?
That's not shield group.
That's everyone.
Take a 14.
Oh, that's as well.
Yeah, you're now all
Stealthy?
one cloud.
Is that not funny?
At 20.
Nice.
Ooh, Nelly.
Nice. Ooh.
Sorry, I don't know why this. It never used to lag for me at all. This thing, it was absolutely bang on, but it's very laggy now. I don't know why.
Sure.
Sometimes mine's laggy. Not infinite.
Sometimes my mic's laggy. Did you say?
No, sometimes my Foundry is laggy as well. I think it's just the website.
Sure, okay. So you guys sneak out behind after while they're chatting, and you're all look at each other, and as one cloud you go Nyum, and you zoom down the corridor, through the cell, where Zorgar's stuff is. So those of you that haven't been here before, you can see a big pile of conspicuously clean plate mail in the corner, and you go past and down the stairs, as Zorgar described, and as you kind of head down the stairs, you can hear voices. You hear someone saying, I expect there'll be the head rolling about now, clerical boy. Wonder what the king will do. Mount on a pike, probably? His wall, maybe. And you hear a voice say, shut up. And you hear the other voice say, ooh, what are you going to do? You're rotting in there, and I'm all the way out here, just out of reach. Always will be. And by that point, you're kind of coming around the corner, and you can see a cell, and kind of sitting opposite the cell door, a little stool next to a table. There is this blue dragonborn. They have a sword and a scabbard on their hip, and they're kind of got their legs crossed and their arms folded. What do you guys do?
Any chance they're rocking on their chair and a swift little gust would knock them on their ass?
Any chance they're not rocking on their chair.
Ah, okay.
They're being responsible, letting up against the wall.
How about torches then?
Torches? Yeah, there's a torch in here.
The cell should be anti-magic, so if we just go into there, we shouldn't be cloudy anymore.
Maybe.
All the other cells have been.
From your position, you can't really feel the words right now. But seems logical.
Does this guard have the keys for the?
Yeah, there's a set of keys, kind of almost comically jangling off his belt.
Can I try and grab him with sleight of hand?
Not as wind.
I
Oh,
think as
don't
soon
have
as we
hands.
get there, as long as we're still hidden from it, we should start demisting.
Mhm.
Because
So,
we don't
like-
have a lot of time if they're coming here.
So find a corner. Like, is there a dark corner to the mist in? Is there like convenient drapes or a nice
If you blow the
spot?
torches out, it'll
There's
be
no
dark.
convenient. I mean, right where you are right now, kind of in. There's like this kind of spiral staircase down, and you're kind of at the bottom of that spiral staircase, kind of looking out into the scene. He looks very focused on whatever's happening in the cell. So you're, as far as this spot you're in right now, it seems as if you can demist here perfectly fine. Well, not perfectly fine, but like it's fairly shady.
I wonder if we should like demist out here, taking 1 minute, and potentially Valashar shows up whilst we're doing that, or we go straight into the cell and get like forcefully demisted by the anti-magic, and
Give it a go if you want to, but someone's got to take the lead because we can't talk.
I think we should demist now.
okay. Gonna start demisting. Just out the guard's sight. Hopefully he doesn't notice. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So you guys, is everyone else demisting alongside Rurik?
Yeah.
You see him starting to come back.
I'm a demist.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, you see. This conversation continues while you guys are demisting. The kind of disembodied voice in the cell says, "Well, for now." And then the jailer says, "Just you keep thinking that. He's not going to keep you around, don't you? You were just bait for the boy. With him out of the picture, you're just a waste of rations." And you hear the disembodied voice say, "I wouldn't dismiss my son so easily." And then the guard laughs. He says, "Face it, cleric, he's been outplayed. He's dead, same as you will be soon enough." And almost to kind of punctuate his last sentence, you hear boots on the steps kind of above you on their way down. You're about halfway through the process at this point, so you're pretty confident that they're going to turn around and see you, or they're going to kind of come upon you before you're fully out of mist.
Can Rurik be closer to the stairwell?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just kind of sticking demisting?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Sure, okay. Sure. So these kind of footsteps on the stairwell get louder, and you can pick out some definition. You can hear there's like multiple sets, like 3 or 4 maybe, and kind of coming out of the stairwell, kind of on your right hand side, you see Valasar and the 3 knights behind him. He's kind of scratching his eye, and as they emerge, the guard kind of like stands up and says, "Sire," and let me see if anyone. Everyone is so engaged with what's going on that they don't actually notice you guys kind of demisting in the corner. It's like they kind of walk straight past you, and then so like you kind of have like an over-the-shoulder shot of the guard talking to the king. He says, "Sire," and Valentar just snubs him and kind of like turns towards the cell. He says, "Open the cell." And the jailer starts like fumbling. He's like, "Yes, sir. Right away, sir." And you're inches away from being you're a cloud in little dwarf and dragonborn and elf forms basically at this point. You're like a couple seconds out. And the door kind of swings open and Valasar turns to Cleric, or the person in the cell who you can't see right now, and he kind of stares for a moment. And he says, "I'm afraid your usefulness is at an end, Cleric." And he kind of moves to draw his sword and starts drawing his sword. And you guys finish demisting in the corner.
Can I? Sorry.
So what are you guys doing?
Can Rurak cast thaumaturgy, coming from the stairwell? The same sound of that like emergency siren that played. That sounded when they were in the other.
Sure.
prison?
Give us a religion check. To see if you can get your spell off. 13.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, give me just one moment because I want to make sure that I'm getting this number right in terms of difficulty. Because I don't think that works.
That's with intelligence.
Oh, sure. How much is it with?
With wisdom would be +5 again, so 18.
Sure, that will probably be fine. Let me just get this for reference. Sure. So you're making the kind of an alarm sound, are you?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. So you start doing that. You kind of the rest of you hear this alarm sound very authentic from up the stairs. And Valasar kind of turns angrily. But as he kind of turns, and you all kind of sweep into his vision as he looks up at the kind of towards where the source of the siren is. And he kind of draws his sword, and he says,
"Dagger."
Are you daggering?
Well, he's a fucking big fuck off arsehole of a sword.
He's not attacked yet. He might not have seen us.
He points at you kind of as he draws his sword, and he says, "Kill them."
Okay.
Yeah, he's definitely seen us.
It's going to be initiative.
I was prepped to do that before. There's no way.
I was just finger gunning.
Right, hang on. So.
Oh, I've lost audio.
I was hoping you were gonna go and do your teleporty thing.
It's kind of tough because like we're all mixed in with them. Hang on, I keep losing audio. There we go. Okay. Me, Raffin, you, and up to 5. That's fine.
And Rick and Lana and Osric and Pearl. Choosing the game. So let me activate this and where are these boys? So I'm using Zorgar's token for his dad. And we need Raffin as well. Come on, Brendan. So we need Raffin as well. So blah. Blah. So can everyone roll initiative, please?
Where do you roll that? I can't see it.
Top right at the main.
Oh, I see.
Oh, okay, thank God, that's not 3 there.
Woohoo!
I didn't roll initiative.
I think I've rolled, I'm not sure.
Nat 20 for 9.
Yeah. Oh, was
I'm
that
going to
an
try
iron triangle?
again. I don't know if that one took.
I don't think so.
It was. Not.
I just click on initiative, yeah.
Yeah, that worked. All these dudes have come
I
in
got 9
as...
plus 1, 4. Why is there 0.14 and 0.16?
It's your dexterity score.
Oh.
Okay, so all the guards have come in, all the knights have come in with all the same tokens and I think the same name, but I've updated them so that I understand what's going on. At the top of the round, let's get the fun music on. It is the Green Knights go. And he don't recognize these spy motherfuckers, but he recognizes the dwarf. And he's gonna try and stab you.
Okay.
So how many attacks do you get to make? A buttload.
Oh no.
A buttload.
What's your armor class right now?
That's a question I don't know how to answer. Because we were stripped of our armor and then given some at the hideout.
Yeah, so you got a breastplate on.
Okay.
So I don't know what that means. Like 15 plus your dex, I think. Up to 2 of your dex.
Okay, so my dex is +1, so
okay.
16.
16, okay. So 20 is going to hit you. For 16.
Okay.
Did Rurak not find his shield?
Found it, but couldn't grab it.
Oh.
Jake, I would like to use that reaction thing I have. I think it's Wrath of the Storm? Yes. So when a creature within 5 feet of you that you can see hits you with an attack, action to cause that creature to make a dex saving throw. That creature takes 2d8, but I was sure that increased at some point. No, it's fine, it's 2d8. Lightning damage, lightning or thunder. So I'm actually gonna, I forget which one it is. I think it's lightning, the one that pushes them back 10 feet as well. So I'm gonna roll that 2d8 if that's okay. They have to make a dex saving throw. So that'd be 8 damage.
Guess a 12.
Cool. I believe my thing is like 17.
Yeah, I'm assuming a 12's not going to make it.
Yeah.
Or level 13.
No, I don't believe so. And they get pushed back 10 feet, I believe is how that works as well.
Okay, so Balancer points and says, "Kill them!" And then this green dude, immediately straight off the bat, he's already practically cut you open at this point. He kind of draws his knife and kind of slashes out, and you feel this like he has this like green glass dagger, and it rakes up your midriff, like actually punctures through your breastplate as if it's like butter almost, and you feel it kind of bite, and you feel it kind of cut into all your meat, and then you kind of instinctually go bah! And kind of reach out and grab his arm, and this thunderous shock flows down through your bicep into him, and he gets blasted back, knocks the cell door open as he lands. Here he does a kind of a cool, like he gets like blasted back like into the wall, but like kind of like does like a front flip and like lands kind of crouched. And then, sorry. So he's been. Banner, it's you.
Oh. It is. Wow.
It's you.
I can't get past anyone.
The map is loose enough that I'm gonna say we can squeeze.
Okay. Who do I go for? I don't know how to play a rogue. This is a whole thing. Okay, Anna's gonna go for someone. Who looks... where are my bullies? Well, I've got a bunch of
Squishiest.
yeah. So how does getting the advantage in sneak attack work on being a rogue?
So if there's anything that will give you advantage on your attack roll, like for example someone flanking them, or if you're attacking from stealth or something, then you get sneak attack. If you have an ally within 5 feet of them, you don't need advantage to get sneak attack. You just make a regular roll, and you get sneak attack on it, because it's like they're distracting you. So yeah, you need advantage on the attack roll basically.
Okay. I have a thing called Insightful Fighting, which lets me as a bonus action make an insight check against a creature that I see that isn't incapacitated, contested by their deception. And if I succeed, I can use sneak attack against the target, even if I don't have advantage on the roll.
Sure. Right, hang on. Run that by me again.
So I make an insight check.
Mhm.
If I win versus their deception check, then I can roll sneak attack on them, even if I don't have advantage on them.
Sure. Okay. So you're gonna try a sneak attack.
I don't know. Hold on, let me read the rest of it.
For the guard. He's got the keys.
Yep, I can't really get the guard.
They opened the door, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, the cell door.
Oh,
is
they
open.
did.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so
Good.
we got
Very
who? I'll go for. Why is it keep flashing? I'm not gonna go for Valsar because I feel like I'll miss.
Pretty chunky.
Well, how do I move my person?
You should be able to just drag him.
It's allowing me.
Okay, that's weird. Where do you want to go? And I'll just drag him.
Right up against that gold claw dude.
This dude?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do my bonus action to make an insight check against him.
Sure. And he has to make a deception, is that right?
Yeah, deception.
It's not very deceptive.
Shit!
5.
Aha! 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 And now I will roll to hit with my daggers.
Sure.
Do I multi-attack? What is this? I don't know.
That's a good question. I don't know. Does Niall know? Do you get multi-attack as a rogue? Or extra attacks? I don't think you do, right?
I would think if you...
It's been so long since we've seen a rogue.
Is there like two-handed, like two-weapon kind of stuff?
Oh yeah, yeah, 2 weapon. Yeah, so you can attack with your offhand dagger, but you don't get your ability mod to the damage.
Right.
So like you use your action to make your attack with your dagger, and then you can use a bonus action to stab with your other one. But you don't get your ability mod.
And you have to use a bonus action.
And you just use a bonus action, so you can stab once.
I can stab once. Okay. So I roll a d20. I'm just gonna do that.
Go
I
for
don't
it.
understand it. A 9 plus, I think my bonus is 8. So 17.
17 is not gonna hit that dude, I'm afraid.
Fuck. Well, fuck it.
Anything else on your turn?
I don't believe so. I've done my movement, my bonus action, and my action, so I'm
Okay.
done.
Then it's gonna be Pearl.
Just curious, what is Pearl's breath weapon ice, or
It's a good
is it
question.
electricity?
She's blue, so it's lightning, yeah.
Okay. It's good to know. I was hoping it'd be ice. But...
Sorry.
Can you heal Rurak if you breathe on it?
A good question. Can I?
I don't know how that works.
I don't know.
There was a thing with sorry, was it lightning?
It's natural lightning
Yeah,
goes,
yeah.
Is this
Yeah,
natural?
natural lightning.
She's not.
I don't know, 50
Comes out
50.
my
Just roll, you can roll a d100 and see if it works. So either you hurt him or you heal him.
It's a fine.
Organic lightning,
Yeah.
straight from the source.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I also can't
No
move.
middleman.
Earl.
I can't.
Oh, okay, that must be
what
some
that
kind of
ability
weird.
was
Where you
called.
want to. Just put your mouse over where you want to go. And I'll move him.
Over here.
Over
Can I hit the gold claw dude if I'm here?
there. So you'd have to try and stab him through the bars. You can go for it, but it'll be disadvantaged.
That's as close as I can get to him.
Aye.
I can't go here.
That's a different
There's a
cell.
wall.
Yeah.
The wall here.
Yeah.
Can I not can I sneak attack?
Not if you got. Actually, you can. If you hit him, you can get a sneak attack on it. Yeah.
You sneak an attack in Zorgar.
No. Gold claw.
But you're in front of Zorgar, or is Zorgar somebody else?
Zorgar's dead.
That's
Because I
Zorgar.
didn't have a
right,
guy.
that makes sense. Okay.
But, I'm in the cell and I'm stabbing the gold claw dude through the bars just there. So what do I roll? Just a 20?
I start with a d20. Yeah. It's been so long since we actually had a fight.
Everyone's forgotten how to actually play on it.
Yeah.
Bad in the room.
Whenever I roll a d20, that does 2 usually. No, so I done one that. Okay.
16. That's can. So roll another one for your disadvantage.
Damn it, see I rolled 2. What was the first one of that?
So you got 16 the first time, and you got we'll just say the first die on the second one, which is a 12. So
Plus, is it not plus something?
it is plus something. It is plus your efficiency bonus and your dexterity. So plus 4, plus 8 total. So that is going to be a 20, which is going to hit the guy. So
Yes! I can sneak attack him as well then.
yeah. So
What do I do to sneak attack?
that's a good question. You
Next
roll.
for 5.
5d6.
Yeah. So you roll 1d4 and 5d6. Kind of
1d4.
complicated. Yeah.
And then 5, 6. That didn't work. That's your space?
I think it's slash R,
Slash R.
not R slash.
I'm doing it the other way, I see.
It zoomed in on Pearl's thing, so she's saying R/5d6.
19.
And
Okay.
that's what was it? A
D4, yeah.
D4. Cool.
I didn't mean to do that. My bad.
So that's got that many left. No.
Damn it, Osric.
Funny. Sorry.
Cool, okay. So that's Pearl's go. Then Osric is you.
Osric. When you use your short bow.
Funnily enough, I was planning on using my short bow. So Jake,
Yes.
I've just figured out how to use your inventory stuff to make the attacks and stuff.
Okay.
I'm noticing that so on my short bow, I have the option of standard roll, attack, and damage. Obviously, I know what attack and damage are, but what would the standard roll actually mean?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Just because I could just do attack and damage and whatever, but I didn't know what.
Maybe it's both? I'm not sure. I have absolutely no idea.
All right.
Is that
Yeah,
right?
being
Well-
both would make sense.
Well, I'm gonna stay here because I also cannot move. I'm going to fire some shotties. or
Sure.
One shotty at Alistar.
Okay.
Does this have like a targeting thing? Can I like?
Yeah, if you right click on them, there's a little like bullseye symbol.
Yeah, we don't have. I don't have that.
Oh.
So.
Okay, that's lame. I gotta figure out how the heck combat works in Foundry again.
I don't know if it's like the spies that are broken or.
Maybe.
Alright, I'm just gonna roll. Standard roll the. Oh. Gives me the option.
Sure. That's useful.
Okay. So is this advantaged because of Banner?
Yes, it will be, yeah. Dang.
Okay. Well, that is a 20 to hit.
That just isn't.
And then I hit the damage on. And then an extra 5d6.
Sure. So another 19 on top of that. Oh, it did do damage to him.
Yeah, he's got like arrows pointing at him. I don't know if that's what the marker is.
I think it must be, yeah. So that much.
Happens when I double right click him.
Ah, okay. Okay. Anything else on your turn? How's right?
So see the cell. So from our perspective, the bottom left cell at the green closet.
Uh-huh.
So the left wall. Is that like a wall or is that bars?
That is an actual wall.
So if I was to go south, I wouldn't be able to see round the corner anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm probably, if you can just move me back west to the far wall. Yeah.
Sure.
And just stay there.
Okay. Cool. Then it is Mr. Dawnforge's turn.
All right. Shit. Right.
That's the spirit.
People need to be within 5 feet of me. This is an important detail. I know. It's an important detail we really should have disclosed earlier. So what I'm going to do is move here, one to the right. I can't drag myself, but one to the right, Jake, if that's okay.
I figured the game was paused. Try now.
There we go. Okay. And I'm going to I'm going to say to Zorgar's dad, take my hand if you want to escape.
Let's go, buddy.
Sure,
Come
okay.
with me if you want to live.
Yeah. And I'll say to the rest of the group, come to me right now. And to say be next to me, be right beside me.
Sure,
That's the only instruction I have to go. I'm going to hold my action.
Okay.
Pearl, get back to where
Pearl, where are you going?
Pearl, back to where you
No,
were.
sneaking Pearl.
Where you were.
Okay.
You're already within 5 feet, Pearl. You don't need to move.
Oh, we've got a timer.
We hear a clock.
Oh!
That
must be some random fucking plugin I've installed.
I don't know what that is, yeah.
Dun
dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
That's never a good noise.
Okay. So I'll just put Zarkul on Rex's turn. That's the most nice thing to do. So he's just going to run up forward, and then the golden dude is Banna's right there, and she just tried to stab him. So he's gonna wheel his big dual-ended friggin' sword thing around, and he's gonna try and whack you. How many attacks does he get? 3. Or is he gonna do this? No, he's not doing that thing.
Oh, why can't I move? Why? I don't want to move. I'm there. I'm sorry.
Does a 16 hit you, Banna?
Yes. Yes, my armor class is 15.
Then you're going to suffer 10 damage.
Alright. Oh, it just does it automatically, that's
Does a 13 hit you?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah. Does a 14 hit you?
Nope.
Okay. So yeah, so this dude starts wheeling his big thing around, but it's long and bulky, and it's kind of geometrically challenged in here. And you manage to dodge out of the way quite easy. You just get one nasty smarting cut down the side of your face. And then it's the Red Knight. And you know what? She's just gonna try and milk you as well. How many attacks does she get? She gets the same number.
The spies feel pretty underleveled for this conflict.
Does a 21 hit, Banner?
Yes. A great sword.
17. So yeah, she pulls out her big. She's got like one of those wiggly swords, like the flamberge ones. Looks like fire. And she feels it around. So that's 17 must hit you as well.
That hits.
Cha.
I'm gonna uncanny dodge that one.
Sure. What does that do?
At half the amount of damage I take.
Okay.
Yeah. So I gain fucking some amount of hit points back. What's half of 17?
8.
8. Okay, I get 8 hit points back.
Oops. Great sword. Another 14.
Is that to hit me?
20 to hit you and then 14 damage.
I'm perhaps a little bit dead.
I hope you can teleport dead people.
You're a little bit dead.
Wait, dead or knocked out?
Knocked out. Knocked out.
There you go.
Just
Yeah.
a little knocked out.
Then Rathan, it's you. So this Red Knight, there's this whirl of steel and glass erupts in the prison cell. The spies, dodge and duck and roll in, and they're like stabbing away. And then the Golden Knight is like trying to carve up one, and it's just is hitting off, thinking he's got an impractical weapon in this room. And this Red Knight that you've seen around and about the place just absolutely carves up Banna, like knocks her clean on her arse. There's blood sprays everywhere. Does not look in a good shape. So what are you doing, Raffin?
I was just trying to think, because I can't. I was going to turn to a bear, but I can't because there won't be any room. But I reckon I'll have to go elemental.
I don't think you have enough shapes for that.
Oh no, because we haven't had the rest, have we? No. Because I was an elemental and we haven't had the rest since then.
Did you drag Osrak towards Rurak?
Yeah, is there any chance I could have held the other half of my movement?
That's fine, yeah.
You want me to drag Osrak to where Rurak is?
Because as soon as we're in space with Rurak, we can just teleport out, right?
Yeah, because I could move, drag Osrak, and then I can still cast spells. I just don't have any gear.
All that needs to happen is you get in range of a wreck. That's all.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what we'll do then. I'll drag Rurak. I'll try put Osrak where he's just below the square, just below Rurak, and I'll go the square to the left of Rurak.
Sure. Yeah, you can make that happen. That's fine. Yoink.
But you don't want me to cast no spells or nothing, or like a bit of moonbeam or something.
If you can get off a quick spell to help us before we try this, that'd be cool.
Yeah, well let's do Jake. I'll cast moonbeam then. Yeah.
Sure. Where are you putting it?
I reckon it's just 1 5 feet. It's a wee while since I cast it. It's 1 5
you
feet
get
square.
Basically 4 squares because it's 5 foot
4
radius.
Right. Well,
so you get
what I'll do.
A square to 4.
What I'll do is I'll put I'll put it on top of the 4 squares where the gold claw, red claw, and guard are.
Sure.
And I'll do it level 5 because I've still got some level 5 slots left, I think. Yeah, because I've just used the 6 and the 7. How many sixes do I have actually? Sorry, it takes ages to click through, which is a shame because it was by far the best one that we've used, I think. I'm just wondering if it's something on my computer because it's doing the same thing with some websites. Like,
sounds like it then, and if no one else is having any trouble.
I can't think what it would be, but it's just I've noticed on the utilities website that when we switched gas, it was taking ages to click on there, and it was taking ages to click on the other one, and but everything else runs okay.
Sure. Okay.
I'm trying to see how many spell slots I would have. I'm sure I've got a 6th level left because we've not used Daisy Highway this time, and I've just been an elemental, and I've cast the Windwalk, or have I cast that twice?
I think you've only cast it once, but I think you only have 1 6th and 1 7th. So I think you have your 7th left, but not your 6th.
I think we'll do it at 5 because I think I might need that 7th level one for something.
Sure. So what does Moonbeam do at 5th level then?
It's like 5d10.
Sure.
I think. I'm trying to scroll down here, it just won't scroll.
Okay, so they're gonna make Constitution saving throws.
Yes.
Or take. Can you roll 5d10?
I'll try.
Okay, so the Red Knight is gonna pass. This dude, yeah, this is probably gonna pass as well. This guy, he does not pass.
I think that's it rolling.
That only rolled 1d10 plus 5. Hang on, I can just do it. 5d10. Okay, so 28. So the guard goes down. These other dudes take 14 each.
Wouldn't it be blinded or dazzled?
Sure, so Raffin summons this big, starts whispering in Druidic, and this pale cylinder of moonlight erupts behind everyone, shedding a bunch of light on the situation. The jailer, who's somewhat panicked, just kind of gets, like, pretty much almost like vaporized. He just gets these guys kind of scream and then a thud. And maybe the smell of some smoking. And the knights are just kind of like, and kind of seem to shrug it off. So anything else on your turn, Raffin?
I think that's me.
Then, right at the end of the round, it's the king.
Jake, I had a prepared action, if that's okay.
Okay. What was your prepared action? What was the trigger for it?
Oh, I guess I didn't say trigger.
The trigger should have been when everyone gets in
Oh, sure, okay.
range.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna cast Word of Recall.
Okay.
And teleport myself and 5 willing creatures out. I know Banna's unconscious, so is it possible for me to grab her with my free right hand?
Yeah.
I have Zorgar's dad gripping my left hand.
Sure.
And it's a verbal component, so I'm hoping that'll be enough to cast a Word of Recall and teleport us out.
Okay.
Okay.
I need you to make a religion check to see if the spell goes off.
Okay.
You need a 15. Well, what level are you casting the spell at, sorry?
I'll be casting the highest, so 7th.
Okay.
That was a 13 and then plus 5 because of wisdom, not intelligence. So it's 18.
So you're gonna escape, right? But I just want to see if he would have hit you, because that will affect the narration somewhat.
Okay.
Sure. Okay. So the king, he has his sword out, and Rurik, you see this blade, this big glass sword, come hurtling like straight for you, and then you speak this word. You don't even know what it means. You speak this word in the old celestial tongue, and there's this. You hear this peal of thunder, and then there is this kind of crackle of lightning, and all the sounds of scale, the sword coming straight for your gubbin. They all kind of wick away and vanish, and they're replaced by the flutter of paper drifting to the floor. Hang on. And then you kind of look around, and you're standing in the big Altian chapel, in the middle of mass, it looks like. There's everyone else. There's a bunch of citizens in here, are just kind of looking. There's a kind of robed priest in front of you. He's just dropped all his notes on the floor, or they've kind of like flipped up into the air. And he kind of just like sort of looks at you, a bit kind of gobsmacked. What are you doing?
I suppose I'll smile at him. Do I recognize the priest?
This is not a dude you recognize, no. He looks like he might recognize you.
Okay. I'm like, sorry to barge in. Could you give us a hand, maybe? And I'm gonna start stabilizing Banna and do some cure wounds on her.
Yes, right. Dismissed everyone. He kind of rushes over to help, and all the citizens are, oh god, there's a lot of blood everywhere. Oh Jesus, that's obvious. Let's get out of here. Everyone starts kind of filing out. So give us a medicine check to stabilize Banna then.
Oh, let's see. You have to do that.
That's 16.
Yeah, you're able to kind of sort her out. You kind of put pressure on the wound, and the priest is like, do you need anything? Can I help? I'll fetch some bandages. And he dashes off. What are the rest of your reactions to kind of getting whispered? This is probably the first time all the spies have ever been teleported anywhere. Zorgar's dad is like, what the fuck is going on? He's like kind of looking around, somewhat shell-shocked at the minute. What is everyone else up to?
Welcome to Meriden, by the way.
Bleeding out.
Yeah, I suppose you're a minute. Yeah, Zorgar's dad, Rurik and Ref have never seen Zorgar's dad before, but you can kind of tell he's Zorgar's dad. Weirdly, you could sort of tell he's Zorgar's dad just by looking at him. He's just the way he carries himself. He resembles Zorgar in a lot of ways, even though, as far as you understand, he's not his biological parent. And he just he says, what's going on? Who are you? What happened?
We're friends of Zorgar's.
Is he all right?
Did you? He is. He is. Our friend, one of the members of our party, managed to kind of swoop in as he was exiting the carriage, and they teleported away. But they're still in Carental somewhere.
But he's safe.
We left him safe.
Good. I'm sorry. Will he be meeting us here?
No, we'll be going back, but I don't know if we're going straight away. We may need time to rest. But
I see.
Yeah, but we'll be back soon in Scale. This was just the fastest, and this was the only way we could get out of the palace with you.
I understand. I confess I'm sorry. I'm somewhat lost for words. But he kind of sort of kind of does like a military kind of, so that he like clasps a hand over his chest, and he kind of lowers his head. He says, "I owe you my life."
Well, there's. I suppose I'll give him it back, and suppose say there's the war rages on in your country, so
It does.
Whatever you can do to help.
Do you know? Is my wife safe?
Sora?
Nishan.
Nishan. Do I know Nishan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, she's with the She was with the party in some capacity with one of the armies. I can't remember the details, but she was.
She's safe.
Was around. Last I saw, she was safe.
Sure. He's like, he kind of nods, and then he kind of looks at you. He says, "Did you say Sora?"
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm
does
not
does the
with
Scale
your
Mother
family tree?
Does she still live?
Yes. Yes, she does. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that news to you? I probably shouldn't have been the one to deliver that.
He's kind of like, he's like, that is, I'm glad to hear.
Good.
He kind of looks at Vanna and he says, "Can I help? I have some medical training."
Please.
He kind of takes over, like applying pressure, staunching the bleeding, and kind of you're able to kind of take a breather if you wish. You know, your hands are covered in blood, but you know, other than that, you're fine.
Suppose I'll go ahead and wash my hands or something.
Sure.
I heard they said you were a cleric as well.
No, I'm afraid I'm merely a warrior, although I have a deep respect for those in the clerical arts.
I see. All right. Well, I thank you for helping.
It's the least I can do.
Well, if you excuse me, I'm going to talk with my partner Raff in here.
Of course.
Hopefully, plan something together. Vanna seems tended to. She's like stable and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess like I'll kind of talk to Ozrak, Pearl, and Frathfin and be like, right, well, we're here. I didn't really plan for when we got to this point, so any ideas?
We've got to go back for the others, won't we?
We will. How did your... I'm guessing we didn't get anything because no one has anything, but how did sneaking around the palace go? Did you find anything? Any clues?
Shield's gone to the vault, we think.
The vault. Okay. And you know where the vault is?
We know where the vault is now, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just thinking I'm going to need to have a rest or something before, if we're going to daisy highway back down there.
I kind of need to rest as well. In order for me to use that spell again in the future, I have to cast it here to kind of rekindle my link to this place. So maybe if we take an evening here in Meriden and leave tomorrow morning, that might be the sensible thing to do.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Okay. Well, you all just relax for a minute. I'm going to go speak to the priests here. I'd rather be under this roof than any other tonight. So, excuse me. Jake, can I go and find that priest that was I can't hear you, Jake. I don't know if it's just me.
I muted my microphone so that I could eat chocolate.
Right.
Without disturbing people. Yeah, no, as you kind of say that to Raffin, then kind of a door opens and this priest comes back. He's got like a somewhat excessive amount of bandages and medical equipment actually for the task at hand. Like he drops a roll over his shoulder as he's kind of rushed in. He says, I found some. We can. He has an acolyte with him, and he says, we'll tend to your friend. I confess that it was quite surprising. Is everything all right?
Everything is fine. I'm sorry to have shown up with no warning and in such a fashion.
That's quite all right.
We had to kind of teleport here to get ourselves out of a difficult situation.
I see. Yes, you're the adventurers, right? Well, some of them. I don't. He kind of looks at Osric. He says, "Are you the warrior?" I suppose not. But
you might know my group. We are some of myself and Farafin, our druid friend over there. We are members of the Red Gag tribe. But my other 4 friends over there are not necessarily part of the party, just friends. I hate to burden you and ask you of this, but myself and my druidic friend, we require a night's sleep, and honestly,
of course.
I feel safest in this temple, and I beg that perhaps we could stay here for a night and leave tomorrow morning.
Certainly. I will see to it right away. And he kind of disappears off to go and busy himself.
Thank you.
So the acolyte he brings with him, he's able to bandage up Banna, and Banna kind of comes back to consciousness in a very different environment. There's a lot of celestial imagery around here. Banna, you think you may be gone to heaven, given what happened. The last thing you remember.
Well, at least I don't have to live a life of crime anymore.
Wow. Wasn't expecting the healing energy of this place to change your life like that, Banna, but I welcome it.
You died too! Wow!
Not quite.
Hey.
In the past, not today. Do you think you died?
Oh, no.
You didn't die. You... Oh, yeah. We're in Meriden. Have you ever been to Meriden before?
Probably. I don't know anything about Banna, really. Yes.
Yeah. Well, we're in the Grand Temple. We're gonna stay here for the night. And back to scale tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry.
So
had a lot of locks on it, by the way.
Had a lot of what?
A lot of locks on it.
A lot of locks on it.
Yep.
Oh,
it was
the
gonna
vault.
turn me back into a person when I went in it. But it
right.
It had an orb in it like you asked for, but it wasn't grey stormy. It was grey like a rock.
Does that sound right, Jake?
Yours always stormy. Yours always stormy.
It's always stormy.
Always stormy.
Different orb. Different orb. All right.
I didn't get to see everything because I was.
Did you see the shield?
I don't think we did.
Okay.
I saw gold and a bunch of fancy looking shit, but I don't think we saw the shield. But we saw that whoever had picked the shield up had gone towards the vault, so I'm assuming it was in there.
Okay. Right. Well, at least we know where it is. You said it had a few locks.
It had like 10 locks on it, didn't it?
10.
Circles around side and then one big one in the middle.
Thank you.
Probably
That's good to know.
on Valasar, if not, one is on each of the claws. And it's got some kind of anti-magic thing on the inside, so you can't miss them.
Right.
So it's kind of a heist job.
Can I look at... Sorry, what's Zorgar's dad's name?
His name is... he probably would kind of, at some point, maybe not immediately, but at some point he would have shaken your hand and introduced himself as Zarkul.
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 Zarkul. Ah, Zarkul. Got you. Okay. Very well. Your Majesty, what... It sounds like we have some of the information on this vault. Is there more that you can tell us?
Royalty.
You're
He
not
was quite
royalty?
confused.
Ah, well, I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm...
I raised the boy, but I'm not his father.
Okay, well, Mr. Zarkul then. Mr. Markex. Whatever it may be.
Cleric.
Grace.
Cleric. Thank you.
Just,
He's not the king, it'd be your grace.
just call me Zarkul.
Zarkul. Well, is there anything you can tell us? Why were you imprisoned?
How do you phrase it? He kind of sort of looks at you and he takes a minute, and he says, shortly before Valasar took the throne, Zorgar's father, Valasar's father, and Lady Sora entrusted me and Nishan with one of their clutch's eggs. When the boy hatched, we raised him as our own. And that is the Zorgar that you know. I was in the military, and perhaps you know Zorgar also served in the military, much though I wish it were not the case. But we always did... we always managed to keep his real lineage secret from the king. I assure you, if he had found out, it would not have ended well. But when Zorgar went to the mainland, and presumably met you and your companions, certain questions started to be asked about my son. When a Zorgar Markex appears on the mainland claiming to have royal lineage, the king started to get antsy knowing my connection to his father. I sent Nishan, I sent her away off the island to go and find him at his temple. Is that correct? It's somewhere in the south, right?
Yes, the Fortress of Larius. I forget exactly what it's called. Yes.
Mere days after I saw her onto the ship, Valasar called me in for a meeting. He asked my advice, what I would do were I in his position with these, well, he likes to use the term separatists on the mainland, and I did my best to maintain that my son had nothing to do with it, but when it came down to it, he asked whether or not he should send troops to attack, and I told him that he should. I thought it would keep Nishan safe, but in the end it didn't matter. He locked me up anyways. I think I don't know. I don't pretend to understand what goes through the man's head.
Alright, well.
It was a moment of weakness.
I understand. I won't pry any further. I think this is perhaps a conversation you need to have with your son. And not me.
Yes.
Take some time to rest. This house is for all of the gods of the good aligned gods, and also mine is neutral, but it's what it is.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, the priest will just come back. They'll set you up with space to rest. Probably quite nice furnishings actually. Like there'll be live-in staff in the temple, and they'll be able to set you up with nice quarters to rest in for the night. You are in the big city. If there's anything else you're wanting to do, obviously Lyda's in town. Last you heard, I think.
Do we have new stones?
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah.
I should call everyone and be like, ring ring, hello,
Hello?
calling you from Meriden. A mission accomplished.
Oh, that's great news.
Well, mostly we didn't get any of the stuff,
Oh,
but we got Zorgar's dad out.
well, that's the most important thing. Zorgar, your dad's fine.
Dad? Good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, do you want us to wait here? I'm sure we could hunker down for the night, or we could probably find some other way out, or what do you want us to do?
I don't know. We are probably going to have to tree back tomorrow morning. So if
Leave it at night?
Leave it at night.
Yeah. Okay.
You guys should know. They're on high alert. If they see anyone that so much resembles any of our party, it's kill on sight. I heard that directly from Valisar. So don't be seen, don't go out, but still get out the city somehow. I don't know, or don't get out the city. But we can only teleport to a tree, so I don't think we can get into the city.
We'll figure it
I
out.
think
We'll
the
figure it
city
out.
doesn't have trees.
Well, yeah, but if I
Hey, trees here.
if a dwarf walks out of a tree, do you really think it's gonna go well?
Depends which tree. Just don't pick the courtyard of the palace.
Just
well-
don't be an idiot.
Naren, I can hear you in the background. You're being a cheeky
In
arse.
the background, I have my own stone. You'd be dead.
Right. We'll be back tomorrow morning in Scale. Maybe we'll go to... You know what? We will go to the top of the mountain with the troops that got teleported to the top of the mountain. Just for now, just to make some decisions, just like a safe place.
Okay.
Okay.
You
We
guys
need
are
folk get-
Meriden?
We're calling from Meriden. Lida, is that
Lyda,
you?
Hi.
Lida, hi.
Hello.
We're in the big temple. We're in the grand temple. In Meriden.
Oh, do you want me to come see you? What's going on? How long are you gonna be in town?
We're here for the night. But yeah, if you can pop by, that'd be amazing.
Well, okay, I'll come by and see what.
Is that them? Is Zorgar with them?
Is that Gek?
That's Pela.
It's
Pela.
It's the sister, not the other person.
Gek!
You sound so different.
Lighter voice. But
A different language.
different language. You
You're
learn
so
common.
smart now.
Yeah.
Sister's asking if Zorgar's there.
I'm not with Zorgar.
Yeah, he's there. He's
He
fine.
is here.
Oh, he's fine. He's fine. Okay.
But he's in the city or he's
injured.
not in the city?
Badly injured.
Is he
Let
in
her
the
ask if he's
city?
in the city.
No, he's still with us in
Oh
Karen's
no,
hall.
he's still in
Not
he's
Karen's
still in
hall, the other
Scale.
Oh,
He's
But
very
you know,
disappointed.
Zorgar's dad's here. If you want to meet,
fuck's sake.
meet his dad. We're actually
I thought
gonna be
Zorgar's
like-
dad was dead. I thought Zorgar's dad was the
No,
king.
their dad is the dad that raised him.
Real fake dad.
Oh,
That dad.
is he a knight as well?
Not related.
He was in the army, I think. So he was. did
Does
the
he have
same
big
thing.
shiny armor?
Maybe you'll have to come and meet him to find
Jesus.
out.
Okay.
Hey, Kayla, I bet
The
you could
man's
get
married.
lots of embarrassing stories of Zorgar's childhood.
The man is married.
Yeah, I could, yeah. Okay, yeah, are we going, Lida? Are we going?
Yeah, we can go. Do you guys want me to come over now?
I mean, we're only here for a night, So
Okay, I'll come over now.
okay.
I like
Any
you
of the
say.
thieves leave food in the hideout? Food.
I'm
No.
so hungry.
You're not a thief, shut up, you.
Pearl, Banna, Ozrak, is there any food in the hideout?
I
Probably not in that. You've been out of the hideout for a while.
You might have to just tough it for a night. Sorry, guys.
Are these
I knew
stones
this
on a new
would happen.
provider? Because they've got
Yeah.
some word
I know.
capabilities.
It's the temple juice. It's like extra
Yeah,
signal.
Temple juice.
Temple juice.
Just
I
a
love
big
temple
Wi-Fi
juice, man.
repeater.
Fucking
I've
delicious.
actually plugged into the wall. That's how I've got unlimited service.
Anyway, I feel like the stone's running out of words, and
Unlimited stones in the wall.
Okay, yeah.
I need to go call Gek. I just realized because they'll still be coming here. They don't know we're okay, so I should go do that.
Oh
On
yeah,
the
you
other
You
rock.
still have an OG
Okay,
stone?
okay.
I do. Unlike the rest of you, I didn't get captured. Well, I kind of did, but that's not the point. Anyway, speak to you later.
Great talking to you. Bye
Bye.
bye. Bye bye bye.
Ring, 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 ring.
Eric puts down the phone like my mom puts down the phone.
Hello?
Oh, Gek.
No,
is
you
anybody-
first.
Gek,
What?
Gek, you right?
You've been right now. I just give it to back.
You don't speak
It
Draconic
Muir.
still.
More! More. And there's a kind of more fumbling.
Gek.
Yo,
pal.
yo,
We
yo,
pal, can you
Yo,
fit-
yo,
Just-
yo,
Oh, Ward.
Yo. yo, are you okay?
I'm fine. How are you?
What's going on? What do you mean you're fine?
We just bust out of jail. We're just ringing to
What?
tell you.
That's illegal.
Yeah, very.
It's against the law.
Yeah.
They'll put you in jail for that.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But-
are you okay? Where are you?
Where are we? Okay, we're a field. There's a forest nearby. I'm waiting to have a look at the map. Nishan's getting it out for me. Come on, loading. We're not that far away from the city. We'd be there, I don't know, tomorrow evening. We were all set to come and, break you out and things.
Oh, that's real nice of you. But I say we're all fine. Half of Zorgar, no, not Zorgar and Naren are here. Me, Zorgar, and Naren are still in the city, but the rest of them
Okay.
are in Meriden at the moment.
Do you still
But,
need rescued?
No, we should be fine. You should know.
Can we rescue you
this-
anyways? We've come a long way to rescue you.
Yeah, sure, why not? But
Okay.
don't go near the city right now, because it's on mega super duper kill everybody lockdown. So
That's gonna make
Yeah.
it difficult to rescue you.
yeah, so maybe camp out near the outskirts, and we'll try and come find you.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I can do that. Yeah, okay, sure. Okay.
Okay, cool. You're
Yeah.
all okay?
Yeah, all good here. Yeah.
Okay.
How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, okay, yeah. A lot of walking. How do you walk all the time? It's boring.
It's true. It's true. Oh, I'm running out of words here. Do you need me to pass any messages along?
Do we need to pass any messages on? No, I don't think so. I think that's all. Yeah, we were just gonna come and rescue you. But you rescued yourself, so it's fine. It's just been a whole big waste of time. That's okay. Okay. Glad you're doing okay. Glad you're safe.
We'll come find you tomorrow, okay?
Okay. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
find somewhere fun.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Have fun.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, so everybody's informed, apart from the army.
Hmm.
I can't call the army. So
Fine. We'll see them tomorrow morning. We'll see some of them tomorrow morning.
that's true.
Could see all of them tomorrow, depending how far the other half has gone.
No, because we're going to the top of the mountain. The safe
Oh,
safe
yeah.
spot. Yeah,
You can shut down.
I'm not doing that. I could go on the bird. I could go on wings. And
Oh yeah, Wings has got to be confused as fuck.
oh, he will be. He'll be so. You know, I don't even know if he'll know where I am when we go back, but it's fine. I'll figure out.
Okay. So we haven't checked in on Kara and Tall Squad for a while. How are you guys? What is your plan, and how are you spending your time?
Scrummaging for rum.
Rummaging.
Rummaging.
Pew, pew, pew.
Very nice.
Can I have, rope trick, the spell, but it doesn't work because it needs to be. Can I cut the rope so it's a very short length upwards?
Sure, yeah.
Cool. Right. Groovy. And that's ready to go. I've got it on speed dial.
Sure. Okay.
Right, guys. If things go tits up, just jump at this rope and it'll be fine. Okay. Cool.
Cool. Yeah. You see any rum?
Rum.
Is there any kind of liquor at all in this place, Jake?
Give us an investigation check.
Can I assist him?
Sure, yeah.
Can I look for some food, some rations? Go
for it. Go for it.
Can you go for it?
Yes. That's a good point.
Uno reverse.
No, you go for it.
I'm gonna use a lucky on that.
7.
Damn it, wrong one. More of that.
Nah, it's even worse.
Man, that sucks.
There is no alcohol in this place.
Are you sure?
Fucking spies.
Blah,
you sure?
blah. Don't get
Am I
drunk
sure?
in the job. Blah, blah, blah.
Sure, okay, so Mirror got an 18 to investigate food and stuff. So, yeah, Mirror, you have a look around. You find a jar of capers.
Ooh.
Nice.
Any mature
Jackpot.
cheese wheels just lying about?
No, you find
No.
You got the capers.
you find some very crusty bread that has gone stale, but seems like it's safe to eat. But it's like basically like it's like the heel of a loaf. Like, you know that point when a tiger bread loaf where you're like, it's just like it's not even worth slicing at that point. That's basically what you've got left.
We could make it into bread crumbs for a nice dinner.
Yeah, let's do one. Who wants caper sandwiches?
Fuck yes.
Sure. Jake, is there an odd bins?
Is there an
Did I
odd bins? No.
Did I find any alcohol?
So Naren starts looking around, and I assume Naren is very, very thorough, right, on his hunt for alcohol. It's been a while since you've been sober for a distressingly long period of time, and you've not got anything else to be doing. So
to scale, Naren's drinking problem has got way worse.
Yeah, you're looking all around and you don't see anything anywhere. And Zorgar's like, well, I don't know, I'll check upstairs. Maybe there's some food or something up there, and you kind of head up there. And then as you're kind of passing behind the counter of the cobblers, you feel a loose floorboard underneath one foot. And a little bit of investigation, you find a small, like basically a hip flask that seems to have some kind of whiskey in it.
I drink it.
The whole thing?
If it's
Yeah,
poison,
sure.
I swear to God.
Yeah. You drain it. It was really nice. Doesn't really give you much of a buzz because you're kind of too holy for that.
Alcohol.
Yeah, I can't get one.
You. Oh!
Scratching his arm with a
I
coat.
wonder if that was like some super alcoholic. Some super
Does Darren witness this? Does he even see the flask?
You probably happen upon the empty flask while you're doing, pass number 4. It's been left carelessly on the counter.
I didn't see this on the first 3 passes. Aaron's pissed. Aaron's gone.
So yeah, you find some capers and some bread, and Zorgar finds some lovely whiskey. So are you spending the night in the shop basically?
Okay, so what's the plan here? Because what we do, how we get out of here. I have plane shift, but that seems a bit chaotic. So
Why are we
know,
jumping straight to shifting planes when we have
how
many
else are we supposed
stewards?
to get out of? Oh,
We
the
got here
fucking
by
they're gonna
stewards.
check the sewers now, and they saw us run down them.
Well, I have a map.
We can't.
Crosswell masters of disguise and sneaking through the city. We made it all the way here.
Did you not hear Rurik on the Rocky Talkie? They said they're killing everybody who even remotely looks like you.
I did hear that, but at the same time, I kind of assumed that was what they were going to do after we escaped the first time. I don't know why. I just feel like now Zorgar's more in danger. I was always a dead man.
I'm not a dead woman though. I don't want to be wrapped up in all this.
Yeah, if anyone's fucked, it's you. You're the only one who doesn't look like a Dragonborn.
We could fix that, but I hate to point out, you guys are 7 foot tall and almost bright red. You know, you stand out. You know.
Not bright
How
red.
many people are 7 foot tall and red so far that we've witnessed in scale?
I don't know, 3.
Is 7 foot like an average height, or is that
No.
considered tall?
That's tall.
Oh,
Alright,
Is it like is it like super tall or?
It's like kind of how you like. It's like kind of what 6'5" is for us. You're like, that's tall, but it's still
Pretty
tall
tall.
enough that you still see it quite often. But it's still an event.
Also, can Naren every now and then kind of peek out the window to see, because didn't check to see if they were being followed, just looking for anyone fishy cutting about or peering or...
Sure. Give us a perception check.
20. not
20.
natural.
Are you so you're looking at it like regularly?
Yeah,
Sure.
checking out every now and then, looking for maybe especially green dragonborn.
Sure. So like past 2 or 3, I assume you do this while you're also searching for alcohol.
Yeah, it's
Kind of
weird.
like a loop. Like alcohol,
Yeah.
alcohol, check outside, alcohol, check outside.
An alcoholic who stays on task.
So, you notice someone kind of unusual past 1, but you're like, that could be nothing. And then past 2, they're still there. And then past 3, they're still there. And they're in an alleyway. Kind of looks like they're kind of leant up against it, but it, like the first couple times you've just seen them there, they're like hooded, kind of like it's like a beige hood, like it's not like a black hood, like a kind of just like very normal kind of hood. And then past 3, you look out the window, and you notice them, and you see they have. Like you make eye contact with them, and you make eye contact with a pair of like very bright yellow eyes, and then they turn and go back into the alley.
I'm gonna tell Mira and Zorgar we may have company.
Was that the fucking people? Is that who we established that was?
I don't know. All I know is I've done 4 passes of this, and Zorgar, you bitch, you better not have emptied this flask, because I just saw someone in the alleyway and I'm not drunk enough to deal with this.
Stay on track.
Okay.
Who did we think the orange eye people are again? They're not the mind flayers, are they? Or are they the mind flayers?
We thought they were. That was one of the first things that we got that was like chasing after us.
Yeah.
When we saw the
Had
distance
they-
between our eyes.
Jake, did they look draconic?
No,
You know, like a cat.
What did
Oh
they
my
look
god.
like?
you're not really sure. You just like they were distinctly non-draconic eyes.
Oh, I just saw the eyes. I can see
Basically,
the face
yeah.
when we made eye contact.
Yeah. They were like a fairly shadowy alley, and they had their hood was kind of quite far over their face, but it was like their eyes were quite striking.
It was scary.
Were they like circular pupils or straight pupils or?
Straight pupils,
Yeah.
or kind of probably
Cat.
between.
Like oblong.
Yeah, kind of like
A cat.
Did they?
Cat eyes, yeah.
I guess kind of
Cats
yeah.
don't have those eyes, do they? That's a big round
Did
eyes.
they go to leave when we made eye contact?
Yeah, they disappeared into the alley.
This
That's not
dude has been
unnerving.
following us for a while.
Right?
Should
Who
Yeah,
has
I'm
a
not
who has a
keeping-
backstory of cats? It's got to be one of you.
Oh yeah, didn't. No, that was a mind flash. Never mind. But yeah, now he's got to keep doing his regular checks, but this time trying to like make sure he's not seen when doing his checks to not
Yeah.
scare off anyone who sees him.
Yeah, you don't see them again.
There's no like gods associated with yellow, is there?
Or cats.
Or cats?
The cat god. That could be a. What are the cat people called again?
Did any
Yeah, those
Mhm.
guys.
Did I get any fishy vibes off them?
It's difficult to
That's
tell
just-
from just the eyes. You remember that when you saw Arissa, she had very striking yellow eyes as well.
Oh,
But
okay.
you don't feel like they were exactly the
Oh.
same.
Oh,
Do I feel like there may be half hers and half some stormy pictures?
You have no idea.
The Kraken can walk among us.
his name's Dave. He's just been hanging out, you know?
Yeah.
He's been stalking us for 2 years.
Do you maybe want to ask your lady god about
Yeah,
that?
I maybe gotta pray to Arissa.
Sure. You don't get any response. It's almost like she's not home right now.
I'll still have your
Ah, the
domestic.
domestic. God, no wonder a kid is stalking people.
Right, anyway, how are we getting out of here?
First, starts with a good night's rest,
Fair enough.
and then I guess we try the sewers, and if that goes bad, we resort to magic.
Okay, okay.
Or we
You're
can do
paying
like
for the dry
old-
cleaning, though, because I already smell. And, you know, this is gonna be even smellier.
I'm sure how paying for dry cleaning works here, but I'll do my best.
I'm sure they have magic dry cleaners here, right?
But if we're leaving the city,
In Meriden, up a hill, whatever. Wherever the nearest magic dry cleaners is.
okay.
So are you guys spending the night and then evacuating the city in
Yeah.
the morning?
Yeah.
Sure.
Say
We're
it.
doing watches.
Yeah.
Sure.
Bag and rope at the ready.
Okay. And later you're gonna go and see the other people in Meriden, is that right?
Is.
Yeah. So you arrive at the temple. You know the way there. It's all fairly straightforward. Nothing hassles you on the way there. Nothing hassles you on the way into the temple. And you kind of arrive in the Alteus Chapel. You can see there are 4 Dragonborn you do not recognize here, and also Rurik and Raven.
Hello?
Lena! Ah, the drag. You can't leave us! We almost died! Oh, how are you? How you doing okay?
I'm alright, but you didn't die, did you?
No, we didn't.
So,
We didn't.
what's the story? What's happened? What's going on?
Oh, it's all gone to hell. It all went awfully.
Yeah, I kind of assumed that was the case.
Yeah.
All the random messages that kept coming through.
Yeah. Remember that army that we were running from on the hill?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they caught us, and
Right.
then we got imprisoned and got taken to Carental. Some of our stuff got taken away. then some of us managed to escape. In fact, all of us, apart from Zorgar, and we managed to. Of us that had escaped, we managed to find a place to stay and rest. And then Zorgar was going to get executed today, this morning. Yeah, this morning. And so we just managed to get him out of that situation. Muir like grabbed his legs and teleported him out. I cast fog and Naren put me inside of his jumper and we ran off. And
His jumper?
it was it was a whole thing.
Now?
I know it's quite
A lot's changed.
A lot has changed. You'd be surprised. Yeah, and then so Zorgar, Naren, and Muir are holding out somewhere in Karen Hall right now. I don't know where. I think in one of the hideouts we had. And we went back into the palace to try to find our stuff. Couldn't find it. But we did find Zorgar's dad over there. Zarkul.
Zarkul?
Yes, Zarkul.
Zarkul?
Zarkul. Yes. Not royalty. Not royalty.
No, his royal dad's dead. That's the whole point.
Yeah,
How do you forget that?
I'm forgetful. I only have.
He's getting old.
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. I'm getting old.
Dwarves lived for fucking ever.
Well, live for a while doesn't mean our memory necessarily is relative with that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just an idiot. But
I have some stuff going on too.
Oh, what's going on?
I had another meeting with that person that I had to go to the train to get to last time, and I got off the train and I couldn't find them, and then they found me again.
Right.
It was asking for our help, like our party's like allegiance with them, I guess. I had another meeting with them. They seemed chill. Then another person came over and was like, "Oh, but you shouldn't be with them. You should be with us." And I haven't gone to the meeting with them yet. Actually, I kind of forgot.
Hello.
Because I had to go buy that poison. How did we use the poison? I spent a lot of money on the poison.
Did Rek know there was a poison? I'm not sure if Rek knew.
They told all of us in a sandwich.
Yeah, but so no, you told Muir on the walkie-talkie, and you gave through the pocket to Muir. So
No, I'd already given the stones by then.
Okay.
Yeah, we know we had poison. So probably don't know how it smashed in his face.
Yeah. I don't know what's happened with the poison. I think Muir had it last, but I mean, there's a thing that could have been it. Balasar's face is kind of messed up. I don't know.
But he's not dead.
No, he's very much alive, but he looks kind of.
Got a fucked up face. So.
Yeah, it's got half his face is pretty, pretty fucked.
Okay. What else happened? Oh yeah, the Spire were wanting me to go north and look at the Red Order. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, maybe.
Those guys.
They want me to go and check that out. I haven't done that yet either. That's kind of everything. Oh, and Pela's here.
Hi, Pela.
Hi.
You were immediately missed. We had no plans for food. We didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I was useful.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Lita said I couldn't come. Lita said I couldn't hack a war.
You're surprisingly effective in a war, Pela.
See, Lita? Yeah. See, I am useful.
I didn't say you weren't useful.
What are you doing now, Pela?
I don't know.
You're raging more wars?
I'm on holiday.
You're on holiday.
I've been in war for ages. I'm taking a couple of days off. Gosh.
Oh, okay. I see.
I'm doing whatever Lita's doing.
Okay. No, fair enough.
What are you doing? Why are you here? Did you get tired too?
We were saving your boyfriend, and then we were saving your boyfriend's dad, And
He's over
that
there.
was about it. Yeah, he's over there.
Mr. Zarcool.
He kind of sort of
Hello.
takes him a minute to kind of track where you are.
Down here.
Then he kind of
My name is
greetings.
Lida. I am a friend of your son.
Yes, I know you by reputation.
Oh.
It's a pleasure.
Me too. And this is my sister Payla.
Payla's kind of like embarrassed. She's like, hi.
He has a bit of a thing for Zorgar.
He kind of is like, So are you coming with us back to Scale tomorrow as well?
That depends. Are you guys going and then coming back straight away, or what's the plan?
We don't have a plan yet. We're going to go to that safe spot, and we need to regroup as a whole unit and find out what's happening. So we need to get Zorgar, Naren, and Muir out of Carantal and with us. So we're going to Scale tomorrow morning, and we're going to plan out after that. No plan right now. Just go to Scale tomorrow, be safe, and start planning stuff. That's the idea.
Alright.
But you're welcome to come join if you want. I know you're busy. Clearly, you got a lot of people after you. But if you fancy come along, you can. It's up to you.
I'm sure your skills would be most useful.
So that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm gonna have a flip through my spell book and see if I actually have anything that would be useful.
Right now we have a situation where we have 3 party members that are behind enemy lines, and they are heavily locked down in a city with very few options of escape.
Because it best be okay, because Zorgar's there, right? He'll be fine. You'll figure it out.
I mean, I hope they'll figure it out, but also I hope they don't get themselves in trouble.
I mean, as long as they don't get found out tonight, I think they should be fine, because Muir has invisibility stuff.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
And that's kind of the only thing I would be able to do either, other than if we got to them, but that would mean we would have to go in to get them out. Would be to do my old making everyone look different thing.
Oh, tell you what, Lida. Do you have anything that can help me not be a dwarf or not look like a dwarf? Because any signs of a dwarf in Carantal or Scale right now is a bad idea.
Yeah, I can do seeming on you, but you won't be able to
Must be dwarves on
be
Scale.
a dragonborn.
You have destroyed the dwarf community on Scale.
Yeah. That's not good. Well.
The only thing I can make you look like a kobold again.
How long?
Like you. It lasts for 8 hours.
It'll help when we arrive, so I'd appreciate that when we leave. If that's okay.
Sure.
You don't have any items, do you?
Items?
Anything that helps with disguising
You guys got
or...
your stuff taken away, didn't you?
Yeah.
They had to take Zorgar's armor off him?
Yeah, they did. He was actually... I believe he was stripped down fully. He was paraded through the streets naked, actually. Yeah.
I don't need to...
It was...
That's terrible, that's so bad.
Quite,
That must have been so
quite
difficult.
impressive, actually.
His dad is right here. Don't be saying.
Well, he's
like
seen. He's a dad. He's seen him naked.
Zarko just like kind of crosses over to like the stained glass on the other end of the room and kind of like studies it.
All right.
Baylor's like, I bet he hated that, didn't he?
Oh, he looked like he was struggling.
Oh my God.
Just having an awful time. Yeah.
He'd been like tied up and stuff.
Yep. Like
Okay, that's
his
enough.
hands, his legs were bound. He was gagged. It was awful.
Dude, stop!
Sorry, I need a minute.
Back to the point at hand, but no, I don't have anything that could help. Item-wise. Yeah, the only spell I have that could help would be the seeming one. Unless we got into an actual altercation I was there, I could probably use Modify Memory or something, but...
Well,
that doesn't seem to be... I don't know.
Well, I'll be extra difficult actually and ask if is there anyone you know in the city that would have items like this or could help? Like even a potion or something just to yeah.
Not for, cheap, not for free.
Yeah. Well, I'm not asking for cheap or for free. I just want to know if there's any options at all.
Well, the only place I've been recently is the Poison Did. I probably know of some shops that sell potions and trinkets of the like. Jake, would I know any good potion shops for adventuring gear, cool stuff?
Yeah, I mean they probably in and around the Spire neighborhood there'll be like chemical shops and stuff like that.
Okay, we can have a quick look at that in the morning if you want. What time of day is it right now?
It's like lunchtime.
Oh, well I can just go and check it out if you want me to.
If that's okay, actually, that'd be I'd greatly appreciate that. I'm gonna be honest, Lida. I have no money on me right now. I don't even know how much money I have in general. So,
Paylor's like must be nice.
Maybe I can take out one of those IOUs on this, if that's okay.
I mean, I don't really. I'm not gonna make a habit of this, okay? I already did that for the poison, and now there's this thing, and it's just.
I will make you a promise in stone.
What's that
We take those very seriously. We can't break those. So
I believe you.
It's an ancient dwarvish tradition. Anyway.
Insight check.
I mean, you can roll if you want to. Jake, if it's okay, I'd like Rurak to be telling the truth.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
16.
16? Yeah, he seems
Not bad.
seems pretty
Okay.
honest. Yeah. Seems pretty genuine.
Fine. I'll go and have a look.
Paylor's like, of course they're dwarves. Of course, what are you talking? You can't. You just because he says something's in stone doesn't mean he's telling the truth. That's like if you were gonna fake being a dwarf thing. That's exactly what you'd say. You'd be like, oh, stone or minerals or oh.
You think Rurik is not a real dwarf?
No, I think I'm just saying. Like he could totally make that up.
It's interesting.
Right. What's some amount of bullshit I can do here?
Also, Pela, wait, who are these other Dragonborns? Correct.
Oh, the other dragon was sorry. Yes.
God, you are getting old.
I am. You know, a day feels like a week for me, honestly. This is Pearl, Vanna, and Ozrak.
Nice to meet you, everyone. Who are you? You guys?
I'm sure Banna would like to have a conversation with Lita.
Okay.
Just because I'd like to see the roleplay of how that goes.
Oh. But I feel like we haven't really been roleplaying as the Dragonborns that much because we don't really know their things. I can barely roleplay one character. Okay. Oh. I'm gonna need some help.
I mean, do you want to try and roll? Because I can just do it if you want.
Fan is on the ground. They're dead. Not quite
Yeah, they're
dead.
kind of
They don't
semi-conscious.
talk. Yeah. Oh. Liz like, who are you guys? And Ben's like, nah.
The white dragonborn dude, he looks like he's kind of carrying himself with the air of the kind of leader. He looks like he's in charge.
Okay, I'll look at them and be like, so who are you guys? I'm Linda.
Hello, I am Osric. We were hired by your dragonborns.
Oh. As part of the army, or?
Reconnaissance division.
So you work for Malbrin.
I do not know what you are talking about.
Okay. Well, it's nice to meet you guys. So, you guys do rogue stuff? Because my sister's training in rogue stuff.
Really?
Just, you know. I know! Right now I'm going to try and pawn Pela off on these guys, try and learn some stuff from them while I go out to buy potions.
Where are you going?
I'll be back. I'm just going to get some potions for these guys.
Potions, they sound fun, Crackham.
Why don't you want to stay here and chat to folk?
They're scary. They're all big, they look at me funny.
No, but they're not. They're fine.
They're your friends, though. They're not my friends.
They're not my friends.
It's so weird. It's like if you're hanging out with my friends.
I don't even know these guys. Go talk to
let's go to
Zorgar's
Great.
head.
Oh, they can hear us. Oh no. No, I'm really embarrassed.
Well,
it's like I'm 13
go in
again.
and come back.
Okay, bye. She kind of goes and sits next to Drake, and she's like, "So how's things? How's the beard? Did you wash it or something? It looks different. Are you doing something different than now?"
No.
It looked good. It looks
No.
nice.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We were in prison.
How was that?
Bit rubbish. But
Have you been in prison
it
before?
wasn't long actually. Actually, it was prison, and then it was the sewers after that. So maybe that's what you're smelling.
She kind of eases away in a somewhat, less than subtle manner.
How about you? How's Meriden? Are you?
It's alright, yeah.
Are you doing okay?
Yeah, they're just doing lots of wizard stuff, so I'm kind of, I'm like trying to help out, but she's like, "Oh no, that's fine, I'll do wizard stuff." And I'm like, okay. What kind of potions is she buying?
Stuff to make me less like a dwarf. Because I might be pretty high on Scale's hit list right now.
Oh, you can do that with potions?
For a little bit, yeah.
You can get potions that make you look like a dragonborn?
Hopefully, that'd be cool.
What about the size thing? Did they do anything for the size?
Maybe I'm a young dragonborn. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But yeah, the whole me being me right now over there is not a good idea.
And what about does attractiveness translate?
Attractiveness. Does attractiveness translate? Well, I don't know.
Like if you're a nice-looking halfling and you take one, do you become a nice-looking dragonborn?
Oh, I see. Right. Well, I assume so, but I can't I don't have any tells really. Of,
Right, okay.
I can't really know.
But you're gonna
But
find
you
out.
know, I suppose I'll find out. But you know, I don't think you really need to change into a Dragonborn or any other.
What are you talking about? Of course not.
Of course
Yeah.
not.
That'd be really weird.
It would be quite weird, actually.
It would be quite weird.
Yeah.
Because I'm a halfling. And
Yeah. Well.
And I'm not on scale. Am I on scale set list?
You're not.
Okay.
I don't think. I don't
So
think.
yeah, there's just no reason at all for me to ever take them.
I mean, well, your business is your business, Palin. So, you know, if you intend on going undercover in scale, that could be, that might be helpful for us.
Undercover in scale?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
That really depends if you want to go back to scale or not.
Not really.
Yeah. No. Fair enough.
Wasn't much fun over there.
It's dangerous there.
Yeah.
There's people are trying to kill you all the time.
Uh-huh.
Zorgar almost died, and he's alone there right now. I suppose his brother's there in Mirror, but it's a dangerous place.
Yeah. She sort of says it doesn't say a huge amount. It's just kind of very, very much small talk.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I'll return to small talk.
I was hoping to get back to everyone being together today. That would have been nice, but I don't know if we'll manage looking at the time. So Lida, you're off looking for some kind of potion.
Yeah, I'll something to help with disguising. Where's Rurik?
Stuff for Rick. Okay, and otherwise people are just kind of spending the night in their respective locations. All right. So Lida, can you give us an investigation check?
Yeah. $19.
Nice.
Okie dokie. So we'll kind of draw things to a close there, and next session we will pick up with wherever Lida managed to get with a 19, if anything, and then Meriden squad going back to wherever they're going, and then Karen Tall squad waking up and trying to make their flight from the city, and hopefully we'll see everyone reunited next week. So good to folks?
Yep.
Alright. Yeah, okay. So yeah, if you watch the stream, cheers for watching. See you next week.